All right, here we go again. Hello, everybody. This is Luis talking. It's nice to be in the screen room because it's so many good bowlers in this squad at the moment that if I was outside on the lanes, I would be running around and I would miss a lot of the action. We're gonna have some guests a little bit later on. We're gonna during the week try to bring in also the PBA stars to do some commenting and let us know a little bit their point of view of what they see on the lanes and what goes on. But for those of you who have just connected, let you know we have Chris Baye on the lanes. No, sorry, Francois Lavoie is on the lanes. Ryan Barnes is on the lanes. They happen to pull together at the moment. They are on lane 1 and 2. We have also Andrew Anderson, who is going to be bowling on lane 17, I believe. We have local young stars, super talented kids like Nora Johansson and Carl Eklund. They also are bowling together on lane 13 and 14, both of them two-handers. Uh, Plenty of power, plenty of talent. These two kids are, and in my next life, if I have to be a girl, I want to bowl like her. And if I want to be a boy again, probably I want to bowl like Carl. So a pretty interesting squad. It's going to be fun. For those who have not been watching and following the first days of competition, the lanes are not that easy. It's a pretty demanding pattern. You don't really have any room on the corners of the lane, so you really need to keep straight angles. You cannot miss outside. Doesn't matter if you're right-hander or left-hander. It's not one of those events that suddenly the left-handers can miss to the left and they have room on the corner. It's not one of those. It's a pretty tough conditions, very demanding. You need to be very aware of what you're doing. Pick up the right speed, pick up the right ball, stay on the right line, and that's only on fresh. As soon as the game goes on and transition shows up, then it becomes even a little bit more difficult and it can be even more demanding. More things about more things you should know about the event. It's we have turbo passes on game 5 and 6. That means if you don't make it to the final, but you are high enough on the score on that fifth or sixth game, you may find a free entrance into the final. We also have some free passes for seniors. We have some free passes for girls, and it's actually so many things happening. It's actually tough to remember everything that goes on. We have some people saying hello. So Jesper, you say you can't wait to play this weekend. Can't wait to see you bowl. It's going to be quite demanding. We see Mafe saying "Vamos Nathan." So yes, and also Unai is saying hello from Bilbao. Buenas Unai, un abrazo fuerte. All right, so Franz Alaba started with 3 in a row. Now Ryan Barnes is on lane 2, on to the fourth frame. He's bowling around 19 in the arrows. And the break point, in my point of view, after seeing the pattern and after seeing a few days of play, you shouldn't try to be any further out than. If I had to bowl, I would say I would keep my break point on 12. So because I could probably miss a couple of boards out and still would be kind of safe. You don't want to get any closer to 10-9 because then if you miss out, it's game over. The ball goes to the corner. It doesn't make it back to the bucket. And yes, at the moment I don't have any technician with me, so I'm going to take a little longer before I can give you some results of the whole tournament and general standings. What I can tell you is that the Malaysian PBA champion was the leader of the squad yesterday with 1370 something, and he's actually the leader of the full event. Second place was for Williams Benson with 1352, that I remember well. And from there, the scores are going a little bit lower. It's not many high squads yet. Nobody has been even close to 1400. But probably on this squad, we may find someone trying to achieve them. Good news, everybody. It's not only one, but two technicians showed up in the room all of a sudden, so that's going to be even easier for me. And pretty soon, Victor Bach is also going to join us and do a little bit of commenting with us. He bowled a few more squats. So he can give us also some fresh information on how he felt on the lanes. Also, he has the information of since he has bowled a couple of different squats and days and daytime. That also can explain us a little bit how it felt, how it was the traffic when he bowled with different bowlers and different time. Has he felt the lanes were longer, the lanes were faster, the lanes were shorter? It's a lot of information that we can ask the guys that they have been bowling already. Okay, let's focus a little bit on the big names. Big names, we have Andrew Anderson with two open frames by frame 4 on lane 17 and 18. On that same pair, we have Karen Nielsen. She was one of the most successful bowlers in the under 21 World Cup we had here in Helsingborg by June. She ended up second, losing at the final, but she had an amazing performance during the whole week. She's a lefty bowler. On that event, she had to use, like pretty much every kid did, a purple hammer and bowl pretty far outside in the corner. But that pattern was quite different to this one. That pattern allowed the ball to be getting a lot of friction on there. It not only it allowed it almost demand you to bowl, sending the ball far to the corners and getting the extra room and the extra power. At the moment, it's a different situation for her. I can see she's bowling with a reactive ball. It felt like it was the global origin or either what's the name of the other one? I can't remember at the moment, but it was a reactive ball, one of these asymmetricals with a little bit of surface, and she's bowling obviously a little bit deeper than she was doing on that World Cup because, as we said, the line is steeper, and these bowlers are pretty good. I mean, it's very hard to find a bowler in here that doesn't really understand what's going on, and that's the other reason why I believe maybe the squad starts to show a little bit of higher scores by the end of it. If I see more bowlers using that same area, it tells me that it should open up a little bit more than it did on the first couple of days or the first 3 days. And like they say in Sweden, kanske, maybe we get a little bit of higher scoring. Okay, there's Karen making a shot on lane 18. She made a strike for 3 in a row, and she looks pretty solid. And she's a little bit old school. So those of you who don't bowl two hands and one hand, but you want to have this kind of very easy shot, very easy to control motion, and very consistent shot. She reminds me a lot of that kind of old school Scandinavian school where you wanted to have such a beautiful follow through instead of trying to use too much power, too much grip on the ball. And I believe in these kind of patterns that are a little bit more demanding, it could be very, very beneficial. So I expect her to do quite okay. PBA guys at the moment, Ryan Barnes is 4 pins under after 6 frames. He started with a big split on frame 1, then he made a double, 9 and strike. Francois Lebois is on a 28 over with 4 strikes, and I believe she's going to just take another spare with a 10 pin. Or maybe not. I just chinked him. What are the odds that a PBA guy misses a single pin? Don't let him know I was talking about that spare. Otherwise, he's going to blame it on me for sure. And then the Swedish kids, we have Carl Eklund and Nora Johansson. No doubles for any of them yet. I'm not surprised either because both of them are really, really, really powerful bowlers. They have a lot of speed on the ball. They have a lot of rev rate. And when the lanes are a little bit more demanding, it can be a little bit difficult at the beginning to get enough room and to become, steady enough, consistent enough. They just have to get the rhythm. But yeah, they are bowling on 13 and 14. And if you have not seen them bowl before, I truly recommend you to go have a look because they are spectacular. So, shall we say hello to Victor that is finally here joining us? Hello, Victor. How are you doing? Nice to see you again.
Hello, hello. I'm doing good. Good to be back here.
It's always a pleasure to share a commentary room with you, buddy, and especially since you have been bowling a few different squads. I think you can give us a little bit of an idea. Have you felt any difference from one day to the other? Was the traffic really changing from one day to the other?
I mean, if you look at my results, you'll see that maybe I liked it a lot better on day 1 than I have on day 2 and 3.
But I believe,
Uh,
for example, you bowled last night, right?
yes, correct.
And it was a lot of new incomers into that squad, into that particular squad. There was a few of you that have already bowled, but there was a lot of them who were brand new, and they were
Yeah.
not super elite players. There was I believe it was a full club. They were all like medium level, so they had a little bit less understanding on how the lane should be bowled. And already on the warm up, you didn't know because obviously you were on the lanes, but already during the warm up, I was telling, I think this squad is going to be tougher because I could see already from the warm up they were using some urethane and bowling all over the place, like somebody's outside, somebody's inside. So the traffic they were creating, it was quite chaotic, and instead of just building the lane and opening up the lane, it was like they were trying, not on purpose obviously, but it what was happening, it was the lane was becoming tougher and tougher and tougher. So I think that may explain why it was a little bit tougher for you last night, wasn't it?
Yeah, and if anything I learned last night is how unforgiving this pattern can be, because I was struggling a bit in the first three games to actually deliver good shots, and that really punishes you on this pattern. So I think that taught me how important it is to be accurate here and deliver the ball as you want to, and it's not one of those house shots that
One
some
of the
people
things that I
usually.
believe it could be very beneficial at the beginning, it's probably trying to be a little bit more behind the ball and roll it a little bit forward.
For sure,
Don't
for
stay
sure.
too much on the side so you don't exaggerate what the ball's response is going to be, and make it a little bit more easy to keep it under control, a little bit more easy to control.
Yeah, for sure. Because especially on the fresh, the ball tends to bounce a lot on this pattern, especially since it's a bit higher volume. And when we're playing with the shinier balls, they become a lot more sensitive when you
Mm.
add more rotation
Absolutely,
to them.
absolutely. See, we have some comments again. We have Jasper is asking, what types of balls do you see the most of? Urethane, pearl, solid. Uh, Actually, I would say when there has been more younger bowlers on the lanes, like under 21 bowlers, there was a little bit more of urethane, mostly the black hammer.
Yes.
But the adults, they are really starting with reactive, most of them, uh, kind of stronger balls, a little bit more of surface on it, a little bit more lower RG, so they start reading a little bit sooner and they are not so aggressive at the end. They are trying to get some early friction to try to get the control that kind of simulates that early motion that the urethane does. But obviously, the urethane, when you have to bowl that deep inside, is not going to help you. It's not going to give you enough
No.
angle, even if you have a lot of rep rate, and especially since the non-allowed one is not in play, and that
Yeah.
could be the only ball that probably would do something from the inside. So we see a little bit of everything. As soon as the transition shows up, everybody's switching to pearl bowls so they can make sure that they cross the heads. Otherwise, it starts reading a little bit too soon. It's 30 mils, but it's only 30 mils. It's not all across the lane. It's
No.
mostly at the beginning. I would say foul line to a little bit after the arrows, and then it's just a brush pushing down. If you want to know more about the oil pattern, not only watch it, or you can see it on the web page. Victor is being so kind to open it up for me now, so I can let you know. Yeah, actually, from board 9, 8, more or less, side to side, it's pretty short amount of oil. If you go from 12 to 20, 26, 27, then it goes a little bit beyond the arrows, the biggest amount of the oil. But then from there, it's just a very long extension of the brush. So it's obviously 29.5 milliliters, but it's not that spread. So that means that the end of the lane, even if you look at the draw, it looks like it goes long all the way up to 44 feet. It's humidity up to 44 feet, but it's not really dropping oil until
No.
the 44 feet. We have some more comments over here. Somebody saying hello. Jesús Javier. Hey, Jesús, ¿cómo estás? Un abrazo muy fuerte. And then we have Jamie. Jamie's coming to bowl a little bit later on the week. He's from Gibraltar. He's very good friend, very good pal. And he's asking, no, he's actually commenting. Loboa is making it look easy for right now. Hopefully able to keep up with the transition.
And he
Yeah. he's doing quite okay on fresh, but that's also what you can expect from a professional bowler, right?
Yeah.
PBA is already here. PBA bowlers are already here. They know how to read the patterns. They know how to adapt quickly. So you can expect them, and they will do okay on the fresh. But as very well Jamie says, let's see what goes on transition. And Victor can tell us a lot about transition because he already bought a couple of squads. And as
Yeah.
soon as you have moved from one lane to the other, it was sometimes you had to move back right, sometimes you have to jump a lot deeper to the left, and it has to do a lot with whoever has bowled before you on those pairs, especially when you go to real transition like game number 4. I mean, you're moving 4 lanes to the right or to the left. So that means after 4 games, you are 16 lanes away from where you started. So you have no clue what they were doing at the beginning with that pair. So obviously, the transition you really need to be awake, or it can really get you out of the right scoring instantly.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. It's because, as you say, it's basically just humidity after that first bit. That means that that oil is going to dry out very quickly when the balls absorb it, and especially the better the players we get, the further in we're probably going to get because especially the American players, their solution to everything is just basically to move,
Deeper and
yeah,
deeper, right?
move deeper and deeper, and that's going to force everybody who wants to strike to move deeper and deeper.
Do you know if Chris Lohan is coming about this year?
I believe he is. I'm gonna double check that for a second.
I think he's gonna be enjoying. I mean, he likes to fly the ball all the way down there, like he's playing basketball and making 3 pointers. Why we say that is because, as we say, we believe the squats during the week going on, it's gonna get deeper and deeper and deeper. So the guys who are used to fly the inside gutter and put the ball quite much deeper on the lane, they're probably going to have a little bit of advantage in this event. We have some more questions. Bernie is asking what time is in Sweden. At the moment, it's 3:23, as Jamie said. Yeah, 3:23. Okay, let's check on scoring. Ryan Barnes, 203. Andrew Anderson is struggling a little bit. He needs to double on the 10th frame to make 170. So, for all the amateurs bowlers out there, it's good for you to see that even the pros can have difficulties and even the pros struggle from time to time. Bowling is a very demanding game, especially the way it's coming now. You need to understand a lot of things, you need to take a lot of things in consideration, and those things can happen. Chris Bayer on lane 2 working on double, who is going to go on 236, but he will not be the leader of the squad at the moment. We have a couple of guys who can score higher. For a fact, we have Dario Stein on lane 15 and 16. He's going to shoot 245, I believe. He's got the 8 split on the 11th. If his pairs is going to go for 246, if he takes one, 245. And then we also have a potential 240 game on lane 19 and 20 by Linus Schroeder, who has already made the double on the 10th. So he's already working on a 230 something. One more strike is going to put him on 240. And then our little ones, we have Carl Eklund, who's going to shot 194, no, 196. He got the strike. That was a very weird strike, but 196. And now we're going to see Nora, see if she can manage to double in the 10th frame. She can still make 220 something, which would be a very good game. Do you have the scores around for the girls at the moment, Victor? So we can let them know how is it looking for the girls who qualify?
Yes, give me 5 seconds and I will have that
Absolutely,
up on
absolutely.
our screens in here.
Also, if you like to see young, talented boys, I forgot to mention on lane 3 and 4, we have Andrei Prekop, is the kid from the Czech Republic, also a two-handed, very kind guy, very, very lovely person to chat to. Is very funny to see also in his Instagram. He does a lot of content and so. And he really can do a lot of things with the bowling ball, both hook it the regular way, go back up, and he's a very, very, very nice kid. Okay. We have Emma Friant. You say it that way?
Uh, I think so. Yeah, French. But that's not the highest score. I think it's Emma Haltonen with the highest score from the females at
Aha,
12:27.
yes, yes, yes. Him managed to shoot 12:27. So as soon as she drops down from the regular cut, she would become the number one in the girls division. It's two of them who can make it into the final. Nora got a washout on the 10th frame, so she dropped down to 191. And any higher games than that, we had 235 at the end for Linus and 245 for Dario or Dario in Castellano. It depends. Do you know where Dario is from?
I
Sorry? Romania. God knows how they say it in Romania. If it's Dario. We'll ask him later on, so we can find out and say it the right way. And
Yeah.
by the way, the voice you heard back in the background is one of the tournament managers, Mr. Daniel. I hope you find the time to sit down with us a little bit at some point, so you can evening squad. I take your word for that. So we can chat a little bit with Daniel. He can explain a little bit about the history of the Lucky Larsen and how it began, when it began, and it's always beautiful to know a little bit about the history. About this is going to be a major event for many years to come.
Yeah, we hope so, of course.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, the atmosphere and also another one of the persons we have to blame for that is your father, Victor.
Yes.
He has been a party animal when he was young, but after that he has becoming even bigger and bigger and bigger and organizing big things in his bowling alley, and it's always something going on down here at Olympia, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd say regarding this event, I think it's always the best week of the year as a local, for sure.
It
Uh,
definitely is. I'll tell you one thing. When I was younger, for me, the best tournament out there, or the best event as a bowler I could ever go to, it was the QBK AMF. It was a single World Cup back then. Uh, they were going into very different places and very different locations, countries. Like, for example, one year we bowled in front of the pyramids. They built two lanes right in front of the stage, and so we were bowling the final of the World Cup in there. But it was always a very, very wonderful atmosphere. You were there, you were going there as a single, not as a team.
yeah,
So they would put you on a hotel room with somebody from another country, and that obviously forced you to do some bonding with the rest of the group. And that was always one of my favorite events during the season. They changed a little bit after the pandemic. I don't even know what are they doing now at the moment. But from then, this is the event that has taken the spot of the Cubic IMF. It's the Storm Lucky Larsen that always you want to spend as many days as you can on that event. And I was so
yeah,
sorry I couldn't be here last year because of the back issues. But this year I'm gonna take the best of it. We have some more people talking on the chat today. Jasper says, "Say hi to Daniel." Daniel, which Daniel? Oh, Daniel. Yeah.
he just
Actually,
left.
he just took off. But as soon as he comes back, we'll let him know that you say hello. And then we have Alana asking if Lindsay. I'm not sure if Lindsay is there, but Lindsay, if you're there, come say something. Hello, what lane is Andrew Anderson on?
He will
Andrew,
be on. He
he
was just on
moved
17, so he will be on.
13 and 14 at the
Yes,
moment.
correct.
And Ryan and Lavoie, they started on lane 1, I believe it was, so they're probably going to move left.
Yeah, they are on
Yeah, they
17 and
move
18.
left and they are on 17, 18. They are actually going to follow the traffic that Andrew has been generating. They're going to be following Andrew the whole squad, because if they're on 17, right after they're going to go on 13 and 14, where is which Andrew is bowling now. And it's going to be very interesting to see how Francois and Ryan deal with that 17-18 that has given some issues to Andrew.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the other scores were like on that pair, but uh, his lane partner shot 196, so not crazy high either. So maybe 17 and 18 tends to hook quite a bit, especially 17
Yeah, and the
in the
other ones
center.
who were at 17, 18, since 1920 is on play, so it's the players on lane 2, which has to be
Yeah,
Ben Robinson and Christian Ascona.
and
And they
they're
have 204, 202, so not a very high game for any of them. So maybe 17 and 18 is a little bit tough. It's a very, very, very interesting lane now on 17 and 18. I think we could probably put some more attention into that one because we have Carl Eklund, Nora Johansson, Ryan Banks, and Francois Lebois.
yeah,
That's like going to heaven to see bowling in.
yeah. Those are four of the best bowlers in the squad and probably in the entire tournament.
They are, I would say, they are 4 potential PBA title winners.
Yeah, Francois already has a few, and I believe he's won the US Open twice, so he is very established. Ryan has been on quite a few shows. He finished second at the Players' Championship this year, and I don't think Carl has been to the US on tour yet, but
Carl has not been into the US, but he's got the potential.
yeah,
I
for
mean,
sure,
he shot
for sure,
the Swedish record when he was 14 years old with
which is insane.
1650 or 1660 in 6 games, which is unbelievable. It's 270 average.
Yeah,
And for those of you who are wondering what was he doing, he just bowled the previous squad. He bowled 230 average by bowling normal, but his father is a lefty, and his father scored as much as he did. So Carl said to me, "I'm going to bowl again." I said, "What do you mean you're going to bowl again? You're already in the final." "Yeah, but if my father shot 1380, I think I can score more if I go back up." So he bowled the next squad, he bowled back up, and he shot 16, 1650, 1670. Ah, crazy. A lot of talent, definitely.
yeah,
Okay, it's a lot of people talking today, which we truly appreciate. It's always beautiful to see people come on. We see Justin Knowles letting us know that we see you on Wednesday. Yeah, absolutely. See you on Wednesday and come by the DJ booth. I'm going to be playing some cool music. Um, Stephanie, hello. What lane is Andrew? Now we answered that one already. And let's go, Killian. Alana says, where is Killian bowling at the moment?
I
I have
do
lost
not
him.
know.
Oh yes, on lane 3 and 4.
Yeah, we're still awaiting the results from the first game, so we can give you the update on the standings
Yes, a little bit.
when that is in.
As soon as we can, we're going to start talking about results. And as we always say, if you guys want to ask something, if you have any doubts, if you want to talk about bowls, the lanes, the lines, cut predictions, whatever you want to talk, feel free to talk. Feel free to text. Feel free to ask. Feel free to criticize. We are very open on that too, and it's already enough issues in the planet and in the world as to be worried if they say something. These
Yeah,
guys never shut up, but these guys, they don't know what they're talking about. So feel free to do whatever you guys want. Absolutely. Okay, let's see. We have lane 19 and 20. We have, as I said, Ondrej Prekop, the Czech Republic kid. So if you turn or you connect yourself into the camera pointing at 17, 18, 19, 20, you're going to have a lot of fun. If you decide to connect on the camera which is on 13, 14, 15, 16, you're gonna happen to see not only Andrew Anderson, who started with the first 2 frames, 2 strikes, so he seems to be a little bit better aligned than it was on the previous part. But we also have Linus Redder, who just shot 235 and is currently on the second position on this squad. Uh,
we have some results in now, and Dario Stein shot the highest game, as you said before, 245.
well, but they said Dario was, didn't he said Romania? It says Germany there.
That is true. Uh,
Then we have 2 questions for him.
yeah,
How do you say your name, and are you German or Poland? Imagine 80 years ago, it's absolutely big difference being Germany or Poland, isn't it? A little bit of history lessons, not only bowling, but history lessons. Carry on, Victor, sorry.
yeah. Then we have 3 guys shooting 235 in the first game. Linus Schröder, Francois Lavoie, and Moritz Wiem. Vimken. Sorry,
Vimken.
sorry about the pronunciation. And then we have Anton Andersson from our home club here.
Anton Andersson,
in fifth.
he bowled already a couple of squads, didn't he?
Don't think. No, this
No,
is
it
his
was
first squad.
another Anton. You have
Yeah.
so many Antons in here. I think Anton in Sweden must be like Paco in Spain. It's plenty of them, isn't it? Or Pepe.
Yes, I do know a lot of Antons.
Hmm?
So.
Okay, carry on. I'm not stopping you
Yeah,
anymore. I
no.
promise.
And I think in total we have 10 players over 200 in a 40-player squad, so it is tough out there.
It is tough. It is tough, and as we said, it's a lot of talent in this particular squad. It's a lot of good bowlers besides those we have said. We also have what's the name of Tomo. Tomo, I couldn't say. Tomo is also he's living in Helsingborg now, isn't he?
Correct. He moved here last fall, and
Mhm.
he's been playing for the team here in
Where is he from originally?
Slovenia.
Slovenia. It's a lot of talent also going on Slovenia lately.
There we go.
They have a lot of talented kids down there. It's like bowling has exploded. I remember 25 years ago when I was in the Spanish national team, Slovenia was like nothing, even worse than we were. And now it's not only Tomo. There was a few girls I saw in Mediterranean Challenge. They bowled 230, 240 average and do a lot of medals. So it's nice to see it's more and more countries getting better and better and improving. So hopefully the whole community of bowling worldwide becomes stronger.
Yeah, for sure. There are. I think we can talk about the European Championships this year, where Romania surprised everyone, I think, and got 2 bronze medals in the trios. I think it was.
Hmm?
It was.
Yeah, absolutely. And we have some more people talking now. We have Lucas. Oh, fan Lucas Andersson. Tjena min kompis. Why are you not bowling, old man? I think the question should be, why are you not bowling, young man? I have already proven everything I had to prove. Why are you not here? Sending my best regards, Lucas. I hope we can talk soon, and hopefully we can meet soon. And then we have Pierre. Hello from Quebec City, Canada. Go la voix. Yes, Quebec. That's a wonderful city also. Have you been there?
I have.
For the Formula One, right?
No, I went to Montreal for the Formula One.
No, but I mean
But
during
yeah,
the Formula
yeah.
One trip.
But yes, I have been to Quebec. Beautiful city.
It's a beautiful city. Canada,
Yeah,
it's a beautiful country.
for sure.
They have a few places that are really astonishing.
And it's actually a pretty good. There's actually a pretty good bowling center in Quebec as well that I
Hmm.
took a visit to.
I haven't been on the bowling center in Quebec, but I've been at Canada twice and I loved
Yeah.
it. It was a really, really wonderful trip.
Yeah.
All right, back to business. Let's check on the scoring. We have lane 1 and 2. Christian Ascona is getting a 3 and a 9, so 3 turkey and 9 spur. If we find Andrew Anderson, it's a double and 7 spur. If we go all the way to Ryan Barnes with an open frame, Francois Lebois, no double yet. Nora started with a double, but then she had the 7 and 2, and Carl has an open frame as well. So maybe that pair is a little bit tough for real. So maybe that's why Andrew had some issues on that pair. What do you think, Victor?
Yes, some very low scores from some players that had decent ones in the first game. Yeah, 17-18 does, as I mentioned before, it does tend to hook a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's against the entire center. The further right you go, really, the more it hooks.
Oh, I believe you because I just saw Carl throwing the ball like already around 26 in the arrows. And even Francois, who is not as powerful as a two-hander, it's quite deep inside. He's already bowling on 24, 23, 24 on the arrows. And we're talking about 1.5 games. I mean,
Yeah.
it shouldn't even be transition in there yet. And they are already moving quite deep.
We actually have a good question here as well on one of our chats. Question, please. Let's say you're playing. What ball will you start with?
What ball would I start with? At the moment, if I had to bowl my rep rate, I would say if I grip it a lot would be around 450, maybe 500 if I really grip it a lot, but then I would lose some control. If I bowl old school, I would be around 280. Probably in this pattern, I would start with old school shots, so I don't have to go so much around the lane. Try to bowl a little bit straighter. And then I would probably try to go with maybe Ion Max, maybe the old reality. I would have to test because I really haven't made any shot on this pattern. But for sure, I would try to get the reactive that reads a little bit soon, at least at the beginning. Try to control my speed. If I would see the ball was reading a little bit too soon, or maybe leaving a little bit weak tense because of the low RG, and that means the ball is reading a little bit early for deeper um, deeper lines. Maybe I would try to use a phase two and give a little bit of extra surface so it would read a little bit more on the fresh conditions. And optimum idle would be also probably a good ball to start with. Um, what ball would you use?
I've been struggling a lot on the fresh actually, so I've been trying different balls every time.
But you haven't used yet the real dull ball from the
No,
beginning, have you?
I have actually for my first squad, and it wasn't really working out for me.
Was it reading too soon,
It was
or
reading way too soon, and
which ball was it?
that was the Sub-Zero Forge.
Sub-Zero Force, but that one is really early.
Yeah.
Have you got the Jackalonix?
No, I do. I have tried out the Jackal Ghosts
Oh, you
with
got the
some.
Ghost, but you didn't have much surface on that, did you?
No, I felt uh, like a solid ball that's a strong cover stock, but still not with a lot of surface might work out pretty well. And that ball has given me some pretty decent results. But
And that would be my suggestion. When
yeah,
you go for the next squad, grab the Jackal Ghost again, but
yeah,
give a little bit more of surface, even if that moves you a little bit deeper,
yeah,
and stay behind the ball.
yeah.
And then when Victor shots to 50 on game one on the next squad, you can all call me and ask me for free lessons, and I'm gonna say no. This is my rate. Just kidding, everybody. We have some more comments. Nobody opens history books nowadays anyway. No, they actually use the iPad,
This thing.
but not even for reading books. Maybe reading the sports news, see the soccer results or the basketball results. We have a very active community today. Looks like it's a lot of people joining us, and we are very happy with that. Okay, back to business. Let's see who's doing good on this game. We have Nathan on lane 15. He's got a full bagger. We have, let's see, anyone else? Yeah, we have Kevin Mellin actually. Started with front five, 9 spur, so 39 over after 6 frames. Tomo, it just missed a single pin, but turkey and then a double. Why am I not surprised when I see a young one missing a single pin anymore?
As someone who personally knows
I
Mr.
think I got
Pinteric,
the.
I,
You had the feel yesterday,
I,
didn't you?
what?
You had a few single pins.
I did, but I've spared shambolically throughout the past week. So yesterday was actually a good day in comparison. So
But it's a tough conditions. It's a very demanding pattern. So
yeah,
I believe what's happening because we have seen professional bowlers also missing some single pins, and it's
yeah,
not that they don't know how to spare. I
no,
believe the situation is that after 4 or 5 games where you have been fighting with the lanes for so many hours and so many frames, and you get yourself into that difficulty, it requires so much brain
yeah,
energy and so much focus that when you get an easy single pin, probably the brain disconnects for those 30 seconds because you want to try to save energy or you're even focusing on what you want to do on your next strike
yeah.
shot, and then you have them missing that single pin and you go like, oh my god, now I'm missing the single pin also.
But I think for us younger players, I think this is probably the best mental practice you can get because it's so demanding and so difficult
Absolutely.
that it like to me it just feels like you're getting slapped to the face after slap essentially
Mm.
because of how difficult it is. And then all of a sudden you find something and you feel like a god for 15 minutes. And then you're back to square one again.
Yeah. And it's so hard to get a few strikes, and then when you miss one pin, you go like, God damn! And now I need a turkey again. It was so hard
Yeah.
to make a double, and now I need a turkey.
Speaking of tough times, 17 and 18, I'm seeing decent shots that are getting terrible carry. I saw a 710 for Francois, I think I saw Carl leave a solid 8, Ryan leave a solid 9, and now a split as well for Ryan. So
No one of them is
yeah,
actually on the way to make par. They're all below par on that 17 and 18. So yeah, Andrew had a rough time in there, but now we can see why. We can see also in the body language, like I missed a little bit out and it went even further than I expected. I missed a little bit in and it hooks a lot more than I expected. I didn't find any hole either.
and Christianos is in the room with us, so blame him here if you want to.
Yeah, feel free to insult him on the YouTube as much as you want. We're not gonna let him see. No worries. Won't be the last time. Won't be the first time. I know, but don't worry. We just told them that they can criticize as much as they want. They can let us know how bad we are and what we're doing. It's enough issues in the world, so it's okay. Let them get rid of the bad energy. Let it flow. Okay, we have Kevin is on fire after that 5 bagger and 9 spare. He's got a double, so he's gonna get the high game
Where is he?
on lane 4.
4.
But he needed it because he started a little bit low on game 1. Let me see if I find him there on the standings. Kevin. I think it's a little lower than we can
Yes.
see. I don't find him, so it must be a little bit lower.
He shot 162 in the first.
162. Well, he shot the same as Andrew.
Yeah.
So you can say at least I shot as much as a PBA guy.
Yeah.
And now he's getting a little bit more strikes than Andrew, so he's going to be ahead of Andrew.
Yeah. Andrew is having a really tough time, but he's got some strikes now at least.
He's quite deep already. He's bowling on 20. Okay, that was around 24.
Looks like
But
he's
it's
throwing
looking
in.
solid. The body language is a lot better than it was
Yeah.
one game ago.
And that looks
All the
like
contrary that we can say of Carl and Ryan, they are looking like, please let me get out of this pair. The sooner the better.
looks like Andrew was throwing in Iron Pro Solid. Is that what it's called? The blue
We
one?
we have
Yeah.
seen quite a few this week, right? It's
Yeah.
probably the ball that we have seen a little bit
Yeah.
more in the lanes.
But they all keep it shiny from what I've seen. So it
It's
gets through.
solid. I think it comes shiny from the box. I don't know if Martin is with us. Yeah, but he's talking on the phone, so we will ask him a little bit later on. Maybe Chris knows that. Yeah, have you checked if the Iron Pro Solid? It comes polished from the box, right? Yeah, it comes a little bit like the clone. It was also an asymmetrical ball solid,
Yeah.
the rotor grip one, but it was shiny from the box. But it makes sense. As we said, it's not that much amount of oil, so you don't want to, maybe you don't need to go to the Ion Max. That's going to be too much. That's going to be a little bit too early, especially for these guys who have a lot of rev rate.
Yeah.
That may grip a little bit too early and not give you enough at the end. Ah, okay. Yeah, we see some high scoring, but we also see a few quite low scoring. Some people is really suffering. I mean, look at Raymond T's on lane 11 and 12. He's got
91 in the
yeah
7th.
91 on the 7. It's not good, and he had 150 because 91. If you take 245,
Yeah.
that means he shot 150 on the first game.
He's got 4 splits in 7 frames.
He was looking really solid on the squad he was bowling last night. Then he got a little bit of tough luck in one or two of the pairs, and then he kind of went down. But he was looking really good.
And Raymond plays in the Swedish league as well for a team not far from here in Ängelholm for
Oh, in
BK
Ängelholm.
Full. Yeah, BK Full House
Cool.
plays for. And as does his brother Richie from time to time, and also Ben Robinson from the UK.
Yeah, we see Ryan has changed the ball now in 10 frame. He's gone for something a little bit that went a little bit straighter. Carl is the deepest now. He's on the 6th arrow already. Well, he shouldn't probably missed. He probably missed a little bit in because that was on the 6th arrow, but he hit the headpin. It looks like Nora is going to be the only one surviving that pair.
Yeah.
From all of them. So yeah, as we said, that girl really can bowl.
Yeah, and she made the show at the I don't know what the name of the tournament was now again, but on the PWBA tour in that huge, really cool arena, which was in a great show.
Yeah, I saw some pictures. It looked unbelievable, almost like a basketball arena or something like that.
I think it was a hockey arena.
Hockey arena.
Yeah, that they had put some
They
lanes in.
put some lanes in there, and yeah,
Uh,
it looked very, very, very cool.
and I think she also made a step ladder or a
How
finals
how
recently as
old
well.
is she now?
I don't know.
Anybody knows how old is Nora? Around 20?
A bit more, I think. Yeah,
She's 12?
22.
22. 22. So she's got another 15 years of career ahead. Easy. So she has plenty of time to win quite a few professional titles.
Yeah,
And I'm expecting she's going to have a box full of golden medals of European championships and Nordic championships and world championships by the end of her career. So she's going to need to buy a lot of cleaners to take the dust away from so many medals. We got some people in the room that could talk about it. How many medals you guys cleaned over the week? Martin, Patrick, over the week. Yeah, you have to take the dust away from all the gold you have been winning during the years, don't you? A few ones. My mom is very happy I never played for Sweden. She's like, I would never clean so many medals and so. All right, we have some more people talking. Let's see. Uh, WB Bowling. Athletes, it's no purples. No, it's no purples. No purple rain. We have given the week off to Prince. Prince is not playing any music this week. It's only going to be me and Oscar. Oscar's going to do rock and roll, and I'm going to do whatever I want. Then we have Sealants. My purple hammer sucks. It probably meets the 78D hardness spec. What have you done with your purple hammer? It would be the first time I see or I hear about the purple hammer being harder than 60. That is unbelievable. Can you send us a piece of it so we can send it into a lab? I don't believe your purple hammer is any harder than 60. Wow, wow, wow. I'm just obviously joking. Don't don't get too angry. Actually, Sealan says 23. I think. I believe you're answering to Nora's age. Is that true? And we have Bernat is also talking. Bernat is a very talented young guy in Barcelona. He's bowling two hands, and I'm hoping he's showing up and bowling up here at some point. He does it so easy that he actually, when I see him bowl, he makes me want to bowl two hands. Let's see what he says. Hello, Luis, and everybody from the organization. Having a great time watching the series and learning a lot with the educational commentary and the insights of the people you bring to the cabin. Oh, thank you, Bernard. We appreciate it. Muchas gracias, Chadu. We hope to keep doing that and bring more and more interesting people to talk to, and so we can learn and yeah, try to get. We're trying to get the best as we can. Uh, 23. Yes, please do take my purple boat anchor. Are you going to be in the bowling alley these days? I have to know who you are. I already like you. Victor, follow on the scoring.
yeah.
Don't let my crazy chit chat.
We are beginning to finish this game off, and we have. I don't see a lot of high games. I see Christian Ascona, and who is he bowling with? Ben Robinson.
Van Robinson,
They shoot 222 and
220 to
227.
20. Both of them on 26 and 29 over. Andrew is recovering nice. He's going to shoot 256 on
That's
13 and
very
14.
nice. Very nice. He's going to be over par with that.
I believe Ryan and Francois are going to be very happy that they're switching to 13 and 14 after they see
Yeah.
Andrew shooting 100 pins more from the pair they
Yeah.
are standing on to the pair they
But-
are going into.
But they still salvaged 190, both of them.
But
despite
that's one
tough
of the
start.
good things. That's why we keep encouraging the amateur bowlers to try to understand a little bit better the game, so you can find some solutions. And even when you are struggling a lot on one pair, you don't go down to 140 or 150, which is very hard to go back afterwards. But if you still make 190, 190 something, then it's not that expensive. You can still recover from that easily. Okay, let's see. 244 is going to be for Andrew. So he's going to go is going to move to par, which is good news for him. And yeah, we're going to have to wait for the scores to refresh so we can do a bit of scoring update. Andre is not having a easy beginning either. If he strikes out, he's going to be on 400, I believe. He's hit,
Yes.
yeah, 407 if he strikes out. If made the first one on the 10th frame.
And that pair is very low scoring overall in this game. I see 157, 129, 177, and potentially twos.
201
Yeah,
with a
201.
strikeout. So 17, 18, 19, 20 doesn't seem to be the place you want to be at the moment.
Definitely not.
And that's before transition. What's going to happen on game 5 and 6? Should we make some bettings? People who is listening and watching, do your own predictions. Let us know what you think is going to be the highest score on game 5 and 6 on those those two pairs, 17, 18, and 19 and 20. If any of one texting gets the right scoring, I'm going to give you a free ball by myself. I will give you a free ball. And it's not going to be purple. I don't know the color yet, but it's not going to be purple. Okay, Sealand says, I'm in Gothenburg, so only 3 hours drive. Well, that's cool. So bring the purple when you drive in. So we can check the hardness. We can do an Instagram video on my personal Instagram, and we can check the hardness on your purple. So we see if it's really 78, like you believe. I'm gonna put my first. You tell me how old your purple hammer is, and then I will tell you what hardness I believe it's gonna be. And you predict a high game of 236 on game 5 and 6. That's a very high expectation. If you get the right number, I'm gonna maybe if it's you who wins, then I'm gonna make sure you get the different purple. Maybe a pitch purple. Robin, 232 high game. People is quite positive on the scoring. Well, who am I to talk? I said 1350 on the cut, and it's looking like 1350 is gonna make top 8 at the moment.
I think we have two players above 1350 overall. And
Only
Williams
William and
Tun
Hakim.
Yeah, Tun played great last night.
Tom is a great player. I remember when I saw him winning this PBA title on TB. I have to say TB doesn't really pay off enough on how consistent and how good he is when you see him live. When you see him bowling live, it's even better than you can see on TV.
Yeah.
Okay, and we have the two sisters. I just been told they are twin sisters. Karen, the girl I was telling you, the lefty from Denmark, and the girl walking by. It's a twin sister. How funny! One is brunette, the other one is blonde. One is left-handed, and the other one is right-handed.
But they both know how to bowl, for sure.
Yeah, yeah. So they have a weird twin connection. Okay, let's see. Give me a purple solid in that case. Yeah, I like that ball. That ball looks pretty good. 256 says WB Bowling. It's a green pin purple hammer. I think I bought it in 2022. I remember it was the year before the 78-day rule. So 2022, that's 3 years, and those balls, even when you get them out of the box, they are around 60. So probably it's gonna be like rock and roll music, 58, 59, something like that. We should do a bet on that. I'm pretty sure if you bring that ball down to Helsingborg and we measure it, it's below 65 for sure. I bet my life. I would bet one ball. Okay, let's go back to the scoring. Let's see if we can refresh and see how it's going at the moment after 2 games. It's not that many high scoring, even if the talent in the squad is unbelievable. But yeah, as we said at the beginning, the pattern is a little bit demanding. It doesn't really pay out if you're not that consistent. So we have Dario is still on the lead for 245, 221. So it's 66 over. Is clear ahead the next one, which is Linus with 434. Francois Lavoie is 430. Christian Azcona with 429. Ben Robinson, 426. Daniel from Germany, 422. Andrew made all the way up to 400 already with 406. Andre, who did a very good recovery at the end of the second game on 19 and 20. He also moved all the way up to 406. Then we have Moritz from Germany, 405. Peter Hellstrom, 402. And Sophie Nielsen from Denmark, 400. So that makes it 11 bowlers over par out of 40 people. Um, and we are starting game 3. We probably start to see a little bit of transition in the middle of this game or by the end of this game. Scorings that are a little bit surprising at the moment, I would say for sure. Raymond Tees with 320 after 2 games. That is proving that the lanes are not that easy. That is quite surprising. Let's see what else do we have. People that we know to be very good and at not performing at the moment that high. We have this one over here. Let me see. Tomo, which we already said is a very good bowler, young, talented. He's only on 360 after 2. Karen, the lefty I was talking about from Denmark, she's only on 350. So the right-handed sister, it's leading her by 50 pins. I don't think they fight so much between twins, right? They love each other no matter what. And what's going to be very interesting also in this game is what Ryan and Francois are going to be doing on 13 and 14 that they proved to be a little bit easier than 17, 18 when Andrew got into that pair. Now, girls division, Sophie 400, Nora 392, and then we have to go all the way down to Karen with 350. So, yeah, it's 4 games to go, so obviously things are still going to move up and down pretty much. But I'm trying to see if any of the 2 girls that are currently nearly at 200 average or 200 average, if they can shoot as much as Emma shoot yesterday. If you remember, I'm not sure you were here, or I think I was talking with Robert Anderson at that moment. Emma started with like 60 or 70 over after a couple of games. And then when the transition came in, she was kind of surviving. I'm not sure if we can see the game by game if we
I'm
click on
looking
her.
that one up right now. She shot 230, 246, 188, 179, 184, 200.
So she was 76 over after 2 games, and
Yes.
the highest score on the girls at the moment on this squad is par. So unless they find a way to go higher instead of struggling, because what's happening, um, since the lane is pushing you deeper and deeper and deeper, it becomes a little bit tougher for the girls to get that extra kick. But that shouldn't be the case for Nora. Nora's got a lot of power. Nora's got a lot of, yeah, she can hook the ball and rev it as much as she wants. So it shouldn't be that difficult for her as it was for Emma yesterday to move a little bit deeper. What do you think?
I think Nora will find this pattern very nice, as you say, after a couple of games, because, as you say, she's got such a high rev rate that she can get through that transition a bit more, and still create some shape in the back end.
Absolutely. We have another comment down here. Lucas, some Germans in the better positions. That's great. Yeah, Germany has always been full of talented bowlers. I remember even in my days they had Hakim Grabowski. I used to joke a lot with Hakim, and because it was the times and in the NBA it was Hakim Olajuwon, and the nickname was Hakim the Dream. So every time I saw Hakim Grabowski and we bowled together, I used to call him Hakim the Dream. He was laughing at me, but he was a very kind guy. Very guy. I haven't met him for many, many years now. I hope we cross paths at some point. And if any of you over there listening or watching from Germany, you get the chance to see Hakim, send him my best regards. He was a very, very nice guy. Okay, Francois Lavoie started with a three bagger, or the first three frames, three strikes. 13-14 could be the recovering time for him. Yeah, Carl is really looking. I think he's going too strong, too much speed on the ball, and it has a little bit over under reaction. He's gonna go for, unless he spurs a big split on lane 1 and 2, he's gonna get his third open frame
in a row
straight
as well.
Yeah. That's not the three bagger you want, right?
Let's see. I don't see insanely high scores anywhere really. Oh, we do see actually on 16, Jeff and Raymond both starting off with a three bagger, and as does Frank on lane 9, and also Peter Hellström on lane 11.
And 17-18, maybe Christina's corner can manage to start with 3 as well. Oh, trip in the 4-pin.
Christina's come a long way as well from Peru.
Yeah.
It's not from Peru? Puerto Rico. Okay, that's my bad.
I started with the P. I was close enough.
Yeah.
It's not a geography exam.
It just says PUR on our
No,
screen.
but that's the good thing when we have the room full of experts.
Yeah, exactly,
Someone is always going to correct you, so thank you guys.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate it. I thought you were the topography expert. So as you can see, the lane man is not the bad man. He's a very funny man, very kind and always helpful also out of the lanes. So stop criticizing.
Not yet.
Now, since you're here, I'm going to ask you, and but you have to talk loud, see if they can hear you. When do you usually get more critics? During the competition or as soon as the final is about to start? I mean, the end of the squads when people realize, fuck, I'm not in.
Both.
Both?
Yeah.
Same?
Constantly.
Constantly.
Never ending.
Never ending. Okay, that's a profession I'm not going to do then. I'm not going to be an oil profiler. I have enough insults already as a DJ. Why don't you play that song? Why don't you go to another nightclub? For those of you who think like, hey, why is he say that? I'll put you an example. When you go to a sushi bar, you don't ask for a pizza. So when you go to a nightclub and they are playing techno music, you don't ask for reggaeton. It makes sense. At least to me. What do you think? Does it make sense to you? Victor is laughing like, why am I having to share chairs with this crazy guy from Barcelona? And why is it me spending all day long here with him? Stop laughing, man. I'm not that bad.
I'm not the only one in here laughing.
I know. I can feel the eyes on my neck. Francois Labat starting with 4 in a row.
Yes.
And okay, who's gonna get the ass game now? Andrew started with spare and 4 in a row.
No, that's Anton.
Oh, that's Anton.
Yeah.
Anton
third.
Anderson. Yeah, but Andrew is on the other side. That was pretty close. AA. So you have many AA here.
Both playing for Jota as well.
So they are both on Jota.
Yeah.
No one from Pergamon today, is it?
I don't see anyone with.
And no one from Clan either. Tomorrow night is going to be full of Pergamon. For those of you who are not in Sweden, are not that used to the Swedish National League, probably these are the 3 strongest teams. Pergamon, with a lot of victories in the last years. Clan, trying to give them some work by using a lot of urethane, unless I'm wrong. and EOS Gotha is a hometown here from Helsingborg, and you guys are getting stronger and better, right?
Yeah, getting in some new players out of this season as well, which is great.
It's going to be a very interesting season in Sweden with the National League. It's only 10 teams now, not
Yeah.
12, so it's going to be even harder to compete. It's going to be even harder to win.
Yeah, and as Robert was talking about yesterday, the playoffs are also being a bit expanded in a way. So now it's 1 and 2 are safe to go to the playoff, and 3 to 6 are gonna be playing a playoff before the playoff. You could say.
And I believe, since Mr. Backe is in the house, I believe you guys are going to do some of the league matches, Elite Series, on these YouTube channels we are streaming at the moment, right?
Yes, we tried with a couple of the premium matches between Göta and Team Pergamon. And we also did some other finals and PBA Sweden. And we're looking into
So
maybe...
PBA Regional Sweden is also shown on this channel?
Yeah, it is, yeah. And we're looking into maybe find other fun events.
Content and
we also
events
actually did the Youth World Cup was also on that platform.
Lovely.
So in the future we were looking into other tournaments, matches and other stuff, and hopefully also some interesting educational videos.
And at the moment it's need to subscribe. So we just tell everybody subscribe, use it right now. You just need to click.
Yes, this is actually a really important thing for us financially, because for a couple of years ago we charged for broadcasting the finals here in Stormlight Larsen Masters, and that made some important money for us. But then after a couple of years of doing that, we let it open, so it was for free on YouTube, so we can get more viewers. And instead, though, if we reach more subscribers and more viewers, we can get some kickback from YouTube. So that's our future plan, to grow bigger the whole sport, and also get some money from YouTube instead of from bowlers.
So in a way, what we are telling you guys is, if you subscribe, if you like the content that you're watching and you want to see more bowling for free, the only thing you have to do is subscribe. That's going to make the channel grow. That's going to make YouTube support the channel. And then we don't have to charge at all for any of this. So you can have the best bowling available, and you can have it all for free. And the only thing you have to do is just click on a button, subscribe. That's it.
Yes, and of course watch.
And watch, yeah, we need the viewers. Otherwise, we're talking alone. Thank you very much, Patrick, for the information. We appreciate.
Thank you.
And back to the scoring. Francois Loba started with the front six on lane 19 and 20. We have some contender. We have some guys. It was WB Bowling set 256, but we were talking about game 5 and 6, but we have to be kind. If they bowl 250 or 260 on game 3, I think we're gonna admit that the score could be high already on that pair anyway. Patrick Hennen in lane 17 and 18 already with a spare, and 4 in a row, which I believe
5 in a row, I think.
5 in a row at the moment. Lefty. It's some more strikes going on this game 3. Maybe people is finding their spot. Maybe they have found, the speed, the release, the bowl, the room. It looks that way.
Let's see, Peter Hellström has also got some strikes here. He's got 3-bagger, 9 spare, 3-bag. Yeah, 3-bagger messenger on the 9 pin as well. So he's currently working on a 239 pace. Sorry.
And then we have a suggestion here for whenever the big technicians come by. You should multi-stream on Twitch and Facebook also. Pretty easy with OBS. To me, that is... I don't really know anything about this. I only grab the mic and I talk about what I see on the screens. But I will let the people in charge know that it could be an option, and maybe they can find out about it. Thank you very much for the suggestion.
That's a job for Jonathan, if anything.
Yes. So whenever Jonte is back, we will let him know. He's the real technical guy with a big screen in front of him, and 3 computers and 3 mouses and and a mixer machine. So yeah, the technician is definitely Jon Tenodas. Francois managed to do the 7th, so it's front 7 for him. If we go all the way to, let's start from the beginning. Lane 1 and 2, we have a 243 for Simon. The guy sharing the rim, if he strikes out, he's going to make 230. Not bad. That pair was doing okay. Then on 3 and 4, we had Moritz, the German guy, who was already sitting with 5 over. He's got a full bagger, but then he missed a single pin. But still able to do 230 something. Then if we go to 5 and 6, nothing very high happening in there. 7 and 8, we have the actual leader of the squad, Dario Stene, who was 66 over, but now he's on 2 open frames. And 1, 2, 3, 4 frames of a 7 pin out of 1, 2, 4,
7
of 7.
Yeah.
4 7 out of 7. So many 7s. That's why my tongue is becoming a little bit busy to say.
Yeah, he is
Then,
having a tough game.
9 and 10, we have Andrew Anderson with 1 open frame, but 4 in a row. So it's looking to strike out to do a high game again. Anton Anderson, who had the 5 bagger but missed the single pin. Then if we move to, I believe it's 11 and 12, we have, as you said, Peter Hellstrom with Turkey, 9 spare Turkey. Then if we move to 13 and 14, Francois Lavoie just left the 4 pin, so he's not going to do a 300, but still on the way to a 279. Ryan Barnes is on 16 over with 2 frames to go, so he could go all the way to 240. No, sorry, 76, 236, that could be his max. On 15 and 16, we have Andre, the Czech Republic kid, with a strike, 2 spares, 3 in a row, and he's going to make a shot now. So let's see if he gets the 4th one. Oh, very high speed
outside.
now for him. Yeah, it was a little bit too much speed, I think. He left the 210. It felt a little bit more aggressive, right?
I think that was a bit too far outside, but I haven't seen his other shots, so that might just be the line he's taking.
We have different views, but it's what happens when you look at too many screens at the same time. You can lose a little bit of information. Raymond T is making his way back on lane 16, Turkey. A spare of a split, 9 spare, and strike, trying to get the double, so going higher. If he would strike out, it would be a 260 game. And this guy is very talented, so we can expect him when he finds the line, he can strike out easily. Finally, 17 and 18, that seemed to be so hard on the first couple of games. We see Christian Ascona with a Turkey, then he missed a single pin, and we have Patrick Hennen with a 5 bagger in between. And then finally, when we get to 19 and 20, which was supposed to be also a very tough one, we have Nathan with 7 in a row.
Going for 8. 7-10.
This one he missed a little bit out.
Yeah.
You could see the ball deflecting, so that ball read a little bit too soon, and that's why he left the 7-10. That ball did read a little bit sooner. It deflected a little bit on the pocket. So the 5 pin did not reach the 7, and the 6 pin was a little bit too weak around the 10.
Yeah.
That's very annoying anyway, because it was not such a bad shot. When you have 7 in a row, at least you say, okay, just leave me the 10 pin. Just give me the 7, but not the 7-10.
Yeah, the 7-10 is usually, it's an unfairly harsh penalty for a slight,
pocket shot,
for a
definitely
decent shot.
For a decent shot, yeah, I agree. But as you can see, we're not talking about he wasn't lucky or he was. No, it's not about luck. It's always about angles, and especially with today's material.
Yeah.
The balls are so strong that they are so different one from the other that you don't get to think about it. 20 years ago or 30 years ago, when I was a kid, we always talk about the balls. Which one hooks more? Which one hooks less? That's not the way you want to see bowling anymore. Now you want to think about which ball hooks earlier, which ball hooks later, so you can understand which break when you want to put them, so they all work on that same angle.
Yeah.
Okay, 243 for Simon. That puts him on lane 1. Managed to go back to the par with 611. That's the highest score on the first 4 lanes. Actually, on the first 6. Yeah, on the first 6 lanes is going to be the highest score with 611. And that includes Carl Eklund with 535 and Nora, she shot 206, so she's now only 2 below the par. Sophie, which was the leader with a par on the girls' part, she's having a tough game now on the way to 150, 160, so she's gonna drop down a little bit. And her sister was bowling on. I don't see her. Where's Karen at the moment?
I'm not
Oh,
quite
over
sure.
there, working on a 190, or if she doubles, 200.
Yeah.
So the sisters are going to be below par at the moment. And Nora is the highest girls score at this point on this squad. Um,
Actually, Peter Hellstrom has a good chance to strike out for 279 here.
yeah, and the same for Francois in 13 and 14. Raymond Tis could do a 260 also if he strikes out on 15 and 16.
I'm gonna leave the mic over to the big boss. And
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Your mother's coming.
Yeah.
But it's always a pleasure, Victor. I thank you very much for your comments and all the information you're giving us, especially with low memory I have. You always are quick on finding the scoring and reminding me, and also for sharing the information on the squads you have been playing.
It's my pleasure.
We'll keep on talking to you pretty soon, and best of luck when you bowl again. Are you bowling again today?
I'm bowling tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Then best of luck tomorrow.
But I am bowling a practice match today, actually. So that's why I'm leaving.
Okay, that's why you have to go.
Yeah.
This guy's bowling every day. You're going to get good, man.
Thank you. I
Best
hope so.
of luck.
Thank you
I'll see you
very
tomorrow,
much.
buddy.
I'll see you.
Take care. Okay, and now the main source is going to join us. The master of the Planet Olympia bowling, Mr. Patrick Backe. It's a pleasure to be with you, buddy.
Thank you. Nice to be here. I actually have a little bit free time here. It seems like it's been a couple of really interesting and fun starting days here, and I got so happy when I saw this squad. I mean, I think this is it's actually close to record with entry fees already, but this squad we counted, I believe, that we are for first it's packed. It's 40 people playing, and that's not very common on a Monday 3 o'clock. So we're very happy about that.
Working day.
And then we were called to count how many different nationalities we have in this squad. It's amazing. I believe we are at 11.
Let's see. We have Germany, Canada, Puerto Rico, England, United States, Czech Republic, Sweden, Netherlands, Denmark, some more Czech. Albania is also there. Norway, Romania,
Canada.
Jonte, move it a little bit down so we see if there is any other.
Canada, we have Frankie, that's bowling good also, yeah.
Belgium. It's quite a few.
Yeah, it's fun to see that we have so many different nationalities that actually take their time and their efforts and go here and visit us and try their best in this tournament.
But it's a lovely event. I mean, I was telling the guys earlier, the viewers and the listeners, I remember when I was younger, my favorite event during the year was the Cubic AMF. It always brought that kind of bonding between bowlers.
You mean the Cubic World Cup?
The World Cup, the one that was a single event, because you had to share a room with a bowler from another country, and that kind of forced you to become friends from the beginning. And at the moment, this is the event that has substituted that one for me. I mean, to come up here, you always meet so many friends from all over the world, bowlers that you have been sharing your career with. You met them in world championships and stuff like that, and then when you get here, You can see it not only on me, but you can see it on everybody.
Yeah.
You
The big
just,
difference though is that it's their sons and daughters now.
yeah, that's true.
We're getting a little bit old. Yeah, World Cup was actually a really nice inspiration for me. Also, I worked on that World Cup actually 3 years as a pro shop operator and working for Cubic AMF,
I
and it
remember that
was
in
yeah.
Riga. It was.
I was in Riga, yeah, and I was
I saw you then.
in Portugal and also in Thailand, and
Hmm.
great events. Like I said, a lot about friendship in these events, and a lot of getting to know each other through different
Camaraderie,
nationalities.
we could
Yeah, yeah,
say, yeah, a lot
yeah.
of nice environment, not that much, not only about competition, and that's one of the things I think this tournament is so good at. It's not only about competing, it's not only about getting a PBA title, but it's everything around it. When you have the friendly golf competition, when you have different seminars, like this year, you had the mental game seminar, then you're gonna have Matt McNeil doing a couple of equipment
Seminars, yeah.
seminars and layouts,
And
and
Christy Jonas from
Christian
Kenya.
Jonas is going to do some about oil profiles, and
Yeah,
so
yeah. This is actually one of the ingredients in the tournament that we really want to succeed at. I mean, of course, the tournament has to be as big as possible, as big prize fund as possible, and also really important that we have the best conditions for all the bowlers because it's a PBA title, so everything about that has to be as perfect as it's possible. But then when everything else comes around, like I think I talked to Martin and Daniel is we talk about when you have a big tournament, even if we pay out quite a lot of money to I think it's to the 55th player or something like that,
mhm.
but it's not more going to be more than 5-10 people that makes good money. So the other 350, 370 people have to benefit in another way.
So instead of money, they're going to get a good experience.
Yeah, that's very important, and it's also like you mentioned here, the different seminars and golf, and we have a party and an extra one ball challenge here on Wednesday evening. It's
Mhm.
also about meeting people. I just come from the phone with the Swedish Federation. They're going to hold their meetings here this weekend that's coming up. We had also the Swedish Bowling Proprietors
Meeting.
organization. They're going to hold it here. So a lot of
Nice.
people decide to go here, even if they don't bowl in the tournament, to come here and do their meetings and see what's happening in the bowling world and meet up with bowlers from the whole wide world. And that's something that makes me really, really happy.
It has to be. It has to make you very happy because, as you very well said, I believe when you think, oh, I have to do a PBA event, I have to make everything. I have to make sure that everything is perfect. You know, it's professional bowlers. They require some standards and so on, so on, so. But also, I believe the quality of the staff and the employees you have in the bowling alley, it gives you enough confidence so you can concentrate a little bit also on all the surroundings. You can leave your staff taking care of the lane, the machines, the bar, and then you can focus a little bit more on what you are really have been a superstar all your life, which is the public relations. You
Yeah,
have always been an open person, kind to everybody, humble, and you're very good at connecting other peoples, not only connecting them to you, but connecting between them. And
yeah,
that's one of the big success you have also in this event.
yeah.
It's more than bowling.
I think it's very important that you have great staff around you. That's one of the most important things when you're a businessman, as I am, and that have run a lot of different businesses. But the employees are always your biggest and most important access, as it says. So I have a great team here, and I'm so thankful for that. And then together with Martin and Daniel, we have a really good uh, balance. And then we also have a couple other guys that helps out always. We have Jonathan, that's a great person, and also that fixed a lot of things that you don't see, but they get fixed technically wise and other things. We have, I can mention a lot of people around in this group, and also I can see on my staff that even if they work really hard these 10 days, I can see in their eyes also that they are proud and they are happy to be part of something different, something that stands out, and that makes them more confident and more proud. So it's an important balance through the whole team.
I mean, if I explain, for example, in my own experience, I think this is the one and only place where I can spend 12, 14, sometimes even 15 hours when we have four squads And when I go home, of course, you feel the energy is a little bit lower. We're not 20 anymore, unfortunately. But you go home with a smile. You go home happy. You go home fulfilled. And I think it's because of that environment you guys created. It's some kind of chemistry, and it's wonderful. And that's why I keep telling all those who are listening and watching, if you have the chance to come up to bowl this event at least once in your life, it's more than worth it. And it's not only the alley, also the town. Helsingborg is a very beautiful town, especially in the summertime. It's not crazy hot like we have in the south of Europe, but it's not crazy cold like you have guys have in winter. So it's pretty nice temperature. The food is nice. The restaurants are nice. The old town, it's beautiful to watch. That big park you guys have in the middle of town, it's beautiful.
About the castle, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's a place where, and it's easy to arrive because not every place in Sweden it's easy to get into.
No, I mean it's not long walks to anything at all. You can walk from the bowl to the city here in 15 minutes. You can walk to the beach in 20-25, and it's very convenient in that way. And it's a town that I'm very proud of to be part of. And it's also one of the most important sponsors to this event is actually the city itself. So it sponsors us with quite some money, and they help us out with a lot of stuff. So it's a very, very important thing that we have them behind us.
That's cool. Patrick, you think we should have a look a little bit the standings? We have refreshed the scores.
Yeah,
after
I see Frankie's doing really well.
He's 97 over after 3 games. He
Yeah,
only struggled a little bit on lane 13 and 14, but me and Victor, we said that we were actually wondering how it was going to be on that second game because both Francois and Ryan just got into 13 and 14, which was the lane where Andrew Anderson started at the beginning, and he had the 160 game. So we were wondering what was going to happen, but as soon as they got out of that lane, they seem to have gone back quite high.
Yeah.
And then we have Dario from Germany. He's got 68 over. Petter Hellström from Sverige is 60 over. And then we have Andrew Andersson, who is already 50 over after that 160 game on that pair I was commenting on 13 and 14. But now he seems to feel quite strong, quite steady, 240, 240. He has been bowling somewhere around 23, 24 in the arrows, not sending it too far out. But the body language is already telling us like he's feeling confident, and he had quite a successful season. Now when he started bowling for Global, it was a very good season for him at the PBA.
Yeah, Andrew is of course very close to us here in Helsingborg because he has played for our local team, and I actually one of his sponsors. I sponsor 2 players at the moment on PBA tour, and it's Jesper Svensson and Andrew Anderson. So I had a pretty happy time here this spring when they both won a couple of really nice
big
titles.
events over there. Yeah.
Great people. I mean, I know how hard they work and how serious they are about their sport. So I'm happy to be helping them out a little bit and hopefully giving them some help. So Andrew is looking good now. He was struggling in the beginning. I talked a little bit to the guys that bowl with him. He stroked a lot actually in the practice. But it's something that happened, I see, through the first squads here, that it changes pretty quick.
The changes
even
are
if it feels pretty good,
than...
and then you think maybe, oh, I'm going to have a good start here. But just when you're starting, the lane starts to change. Yeah. So but he bounced back really well here in lane 2. Game 2 and 3. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But then we have the big names up there. I mean, I don't know that much about Dario, but obviously he's not the bad bowler. I mean, then we have Petter Hellström. Is I believe one of the bowlers that bowls the most in Sweden, and he's over 50 years old, but he is a great bowler, good shot maker. And then also Christian Ascona is also from the PBA. Yeah. So they're good bowlers up there.
And then we have some of the locals and some of the people you brought also, or they have brought themselves into Helsingborg, like Tomo. He's struggling a little bit now. He's 60 under or 58 under. Is in the 26th position. But we have a lot of young talented bowlers on this squad as well. We have Nora. We have
the sisters, the twins.
The twin sisters from Denmark. We have Carl Eklund. and we have the guy from Czech Republic. Now the name has gone away. He's gonna kill me when he listens to. I forgot his name.
Andre, yeah, he
Andre.
bowled really well. I think it
Andre.
was his second squad or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he had a big success here also in the Youth 21 World Cup we had here in June. So he's getting there. The Czech players are improving a lot. I like that. They have a good coach. They have a good relationship with their players, and they seems to make a real run for it here now. They go to more and more tournaments. Good for them.
It looks like this part of Europe has grown up a lot the last 4 or 5 years. Czech Republic, Slovenia, these countries down there. I remember 25, 30 years ago, they were even lower than we did. And when I mean we, I am talking about Spanish team, and we are always in the group of the bottom. We are never at
Yeah,
the
but
top.
we've seen some change. And I mean, I think there was a big breakthrough with Italy actually in Hong Kong.
Hmm.
I believe that was in 2000, or maybe 17, 18. I don't remember. I was actually coaching there, but I don't remember the year.
Yeah.
But they won the team event there in the World Championships, and after that they have been really successful. They have a handful of really good players. We saw also now in Aalborg European Championship, Fiorentino played
Antonio Fiorentino. He's gonna come
really well.
here
He's
as well.
coming here. We have Pongolino is great bowler also.
Nicola,
Daria,
he's another great bowler.
I think maybe that's also one part that they can actually see that, because it's always been Finland is a great country. Denmark has been very successful, and of course Sweden. But we can see that if Italy can do that run for so many years, I think a lot of other countries also believe that, well, it's possible. It's possible to be
kind of giving them the inspiration that it can be done. It
I
just
hope so.
requires a little
yeah.
bit of work, but it can
Yeah.
be done.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what's going on in the lanes at the moment. We have
Andrew,
5 in a row for Dario on lane 3 and 4.
oh wow.
Started with the front 5. Then we have on 5 and 6 Nora Turkey split double. So she's really working on trying to stay above the par. As I was talking to Victor when we compared the squad that Emma bowled yesterday, she had 76 over on the first 2 games. But
Yes.
then when the transition showed up, it was a little bit tougher for her to get the ball to work properly as she was moving deeper. And but we said probably for Nora is going to be the opposite. Probably for Nora, when she moves in, she's not going to feel that uncomfortable. She's got the power, she's got the reps, the ball's going to work for her. She's going to get the pins to fly anyway. It doesn't matter how deep you move her. So I'm kind of waiting to see what goes on by now. The transition is actually here, right? We are on 4, 5, 6, the last 3 games of the squad. Obviously, the fresh, it's gone. The pattern is no longer what the machine did. Now the pattern is what the bowlers are doing with it. And it's going to be interesting to see how she manages on that. And then the PBA guys, they have spread a little bit around. Andrew Anderson is also on 5 and 6. No doubles yet.
It's like even. No doubles.
No
but
doubles, no
opens.
open frames. And then Ryan and Francois, they were playing together. But I've lost them.
Ryan Barnes had some problems this game, unfortunately. He's
Which lane are they on? Oh, there, 9 and 10.
Yeah.
9 and 10.
And after that, Turkey, Frankie also ran into some troubles with
Couple
2
of
splits.
splits.
But strike again now, yeah.
But
that's what we're seeing. We're seeing this first 9-10 squads. It's very easy to get into troubles. And I talked actually to James Blomgren. That's one of the best bowlers here in Sweden. And he shot like, I think it was 80 over. The last squad he bowled here before he went back home. He's going to come back later this week. And he said, when I had it, it felt really, really good. I shot 270 and 250. And it felt like, oh, this is going to go really high. But then the other games, I had a hard time shooting 190, 2-0, because it was struggling. So it seems like the people and the players that can, take the chance when it's there, because the lane is going to have changing moments quite a lot. But when you find a good line, you better strike, because when you move lane or later on, it could be in one night, it could be a good game instead.
I guess it's a little bit what you said before when you were talking with the guys who were doing the warm-up with Andrew.
Yeah.
The lane changes very quickly.
Yeah.
So you really have to stay sharp eyes open.
Yep.
Notice when that happens, and move or change ball, or both. Move and change the ball quick enough so you stay away from that big change on
Yes.
that position you were standing. And if you don't find something comfortable, make sure you make your spare, so at least you don't go for 150 game. Try to survive on a 190, so it doesn't really cost you that much.
Yeah, that's important, and keep the ball as much as possible in the pocket because it's easy to split what we can see, but especially when the mid lane overreact, or if you get the ball a little bit too much out to the right, it's easy to go with that 110 or 210s.
And for us, I mean, if you guys like the numbers and you want to see it, not because we are saying it or just because it's a matter of faith, if you look at the game by game, for example, Francois Loba is 235, 195, 267. Peter Hellstrom, 174, 228, 258. Andrew Anderson, 160, 240, 240. What I mean is, okay, except Christian with 202, 227,
That is
211,
actually pretty
that's
decent
quite
also.
steady. But what you see on the guys scoring high, everyone on top 9 except Christian has a 160 or 170 game.
Dario is doing good also, and he's actually going on a big one here. So that's key. I didn't see the game 3 from Dario that much, but it's a 202, and if that's your lowest score after 4 games, you're doing good. You're doing
sign
good.
right away. You
Yeah.
sign right away. Let me ask you, since you're here, are you going to bowl any squad?
No, I haven't bowled actually any year in this Storm Lucky Larsen Masters. The first couple of years, I had some thoughts about doing it, but we were actually, in the beginning when we started this here in Helsingborg and Olympia, you were so many things to do, so many things to make sure that it was working. So I felt like my brain was somewhere else, and I had to be, always concentrating to see everything functional. But I don't have that craving to bowl at the moment.
No,
I had some back problems.
understand.
For me, I love the social part of this event, and also, of course, watch a lot of good bowling and see young bowlers and new bowlers, break through and all that. I think for me, it's like a great week socially.
But I guess you know why I'm asking. It's because the way I see the lanes are moving and the line that is more playful,
if this been for 10 years ago, I would probably like this.
That's what I'm meaning.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember when you won the Danish Masters.
I won a lot of tournaments when it was to the left of
that
25.
Was really deep inside. Yeah, but I wasn't always there. I lived too far away. That one I remember perfectly because for me it was a shock. I was pretty young back then when you won that one. I was maybe around 16 years old, something like that, 16, 17. I haven't been gone out of Spain very often. I played a few tournaments with you, Thomas, Bullman, etc. But it was never one of those reverse blocks like it was on the Danish Masters. So the fact that I could see you throwing the ball on the 6th arrow, it was the first time in my life that I could see somebody bowling that deep inside. So of course it caused an impact in me that I still remember today. Now it's very usual that we see bowlers flying the left gutter and bowling so deep inside.
Because of rev rate and the strong bowling balls these days, on many patterns, they get forced a lot to the left. And back in in the days, that was one of my favorite games.
Was it 95, 96?
Yeah, but between 90, further, I think it was up to 2005 or something when it got pretty deep in. It was a good line for me. Now we have a really good start from Dario here. Yeah,
it's got the front eight.
Yeah.
And if you guys are connected on any other channel, Dario is bowling on lane 3 and 4. We have streaming every single lane from lane 1 to lane 20, so you have different cameras. If you want to see Dario, is currently bowling on lane 3 and 4.
Yeah, the camera number
and
1.
You see also it popped up a little bit of information, as we said before. We ask you to subscribe so you support the channel and you support the sport of bowling, so we can get more and more free content and good quality content for you guys.
But I like it also because last year it was a little bit more outside line that was the most beneficial, and this year we see that it starts probably like 15,
Quite deep
17.
inside,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah.
And this is also a goal that we have. I mean, mostly of the sports part is Martin, and of course he works together with Kegel and discuss what we're trying to do every year. Of course, it's going to be challenging, and some years it's going to be a little bit higher, and some years it's going to be a little bit lower. But we want to have different challenges, not the same every year. So
No,
I think
understand.
we are successful so far. Then we see what's happened the more they bowl, because we learn that a lot like this squad, it's a lot of bowlers. That's the first squad, so they might try something that they won't try next time they bowl. So because now we're paying, like if you're moving to a lane where someone has been trying something the first game or 2 games, especially with the practice,
It's going to affect you a lot.
it's going to affect you a lot. So I would guess that it will become even deeper inside the further we go the week, but maybe it's going to be that more people is starting at the same place. So the lane might be a little bit more predictable.
Yeah. That's what that's what I was going to say. I believe those
9 in a row there.
big changes we see from time to time, when they change lane and they all of a sudden they have a very different reaction. It's probably because, as you said, it's new bowlers on this on the squad. They probably have not tested it yet. They tried a few different things. So when you, let's say you start on lane 3 and 4, by when you are on the 4th or 5th game, you are already on the other side of the bowling alley. And of course, so many lanes apart, you cannot really see what they have been doing in there, what has been happening there. You're only going to face it as soon as you get and you hit the lane. So then you need to be very quick on understanding, okay, what has happened here? They have been pushing the oil down, or they have been sucking it away, and adjust as quick as you can to that different reaction that you get from the previous pair you were bowling on.
Yep.
Okay, we had Andrew
We
with
had a 9 in a row here.
236 on lane 5 and 6. So Andrew is now gonna go all the way up to 85 over, 885 for Andrew Anderson. And Dario is the guy to pay attention to.
Yes.
Potential.
We could have our first perfect game here, actually.
Let's hope we don't
10
jinx
in a row.
it.
Yeah, one thing that's really important also that I don't think everybody think about is that when you have this practice minutes, a lot of people try to burn the lane for their benefits the first game. And if you can sand the ball, every shot and stuff like that the first game, but it's hard for you when you move to that pair to know what they have done that 10 minutes practice. So that's also one of the big issues when you move lane. If you hit the spot that someone had burned it already, it could be a big difference here.
Yeah, you get into the lane like, okay, let's see what they have done for me.
Oh, come on there.
Oh, it was a little bit inside. Yeah.
But he's on a really good score here. It will be 288. He's going to be up at that's 160.
Potential new leader, 160, 156, 156
Great
over
bowling.
after
Great
4
bowling.
games. 956 in 4 games.
This is actually also a really interesting and fun and great thing is that something that we saw a big difference from is that we have a lot of players from Germany this year, and I love that. It seems like they have a great coach down there also, and they have some really good success. And then Tobias Birding also made a PBA show this season. Hopefully that could be something that's inspirational for the Germans, because we know that Germany has a strong bowling culture, and it's so good to see that so many Germans are actually coming here.
They did very good as well also in June on the under 21 competition.
Yeah.
Especially the girl, Fiona.
Yeah. Yes.
She bowled really good. Very impressive two-handed bowler. Very powerful.
And they have one of my favorite bowling centers.
Which is?
Munich, yeah.
Munich?
Yeah.
Is that the one that runs? I was talking earlier about Hakim.
Dream Bowl.
Hakim Grabowski.
Great bowling center. I really hope that we get some good tournaments down there again.
We hope so. I remember when I was a kid, it was super popular, the Golden Bowling Tour.
Yeah, but that was a little bit everywhere. I remember I went to everything between, I think it was Hamburg,
Düsseldorf.
It was let's see, Frankfurt at that American military.
But it was very popular for the Swedish
was.
bowlers. You went down there, and the Golden Bowling Tour, when they showed on Eurosport, it was
a
always
great
Swedish
tour.
people not only bowling the step ladder finals, but also on the crowd.
Yes, that was a great tour. Ludwigshafen was also one stop.
True.
And they changed a little bit also between years. That was a lot of fun.
Okay, we have a good game now for Andre on lane, I think it's 13
Yeah,
and 14.
he's also been good at not shooting any low games today. So he's still in there, like with
Yeah.
7 over.
206,
Actually
200,
really
201. Now
steady.
working for a potential 245.
Yeah, they will put him up there again.
And this kid is so talented. I mean, he can really bowl.
Yeah, he's a nice guy, and he has some talent for sure.
And I was saying a little bit earlier when we were talking about Hakim, the Malaysian guy, when he bowled yesterday. I said that when I saw him live, it impressed me because I have seen him when he won the PBA title. I happened to see that match on YouTube. But when I saw him yesterday, he looks even more consistent, even more powerful, even more like
Very solid.
very, very solid bowler. It was very nice to watch him bowl, and that's another reason for a little bit lower skilled bowlers, if they have the chance or the opportunity to come up here and witness a tournament like that. I mean, it's not only about bowling and putting yourself against the best in the world, which is also an experience that then you can talk about when you go back home and explain to your friends. I had the chance to bowl with Andrew Anderson. I had the chance to bowl with Francois Lavoie. I met Ryan Barnes. I met Jasper Spencer. But also the amount of great, talented bowlers passing through the lanes this week. I mean, if you love the game, if you like the game, it's one of those weeks that you really enjoy because on every single squad there is at least 4 or 5 bowlers that you are gonna idolize. They are superstars.
Yeah, they are, and it's also about building connections. I mean, Hakim comes here by himself. I think that's impressive. In just only
All
that,
the way
yeah,
from Malaysia.
from
yeah.
Malaysia,
Yeah.
and Malaysia, we know there's also a big history in bowling, and they treat the sport really nice down there professionally,
Very
and
professional,
they have a
absolutely.
great program, great coaches, and they have this pyramid bowl in Kuala Lumpur that I love. That we played some really big ones, and for Hakim, hopefully he meets a lot of friends from Europe here and connect more.
Hmm.
And that's what's happened when I travel all around the world together with Thomas and Tori and them. We got friends all over, so when you travel to that place, you might, play golf together with them or stay at home with someone, save some hotel money.
Yeah.
Next time you get some idea, where should I go? Where should I buy the train ticket? And all that information that's very, very important in the big picture.
Absolutely.
So hopefully, and I know when I look back to these years when we had this Storm Lucky Larsen Masters, I've seen a lot of connections, a lot of people that actually talk to each other through their phone or through their messengers or WhatsApp every day or every week. You become friends, really close friends,
Yeah,
even if they are from the other side of the
the other
world.
side of the world, absolutely. We have some comments here, Patrick. Actually, we have Tom W. says, you mean Hanau, Golden Bowling Bowl Tour. Up here, Hanau.
Yeah, Hanau was the place, if I remember right, tell me if I'm wrong, was the American military place, yeah?
We'll see what.
Hanau, yeah.
Yeah, Hanau. Then we
That,
also
it's,
have.
if I remember right, it was the Golden Ball was started there, but then it became a tour a little bit later on that we had different stops. But it was a great place and a great tournament.
Then we also have Scooby over there saying hello from Texas. I really appreciate the one-lane courtesy.
Yeah, this is something that it's a lot of talk about. In Sweden, we had some issues in league, and we had some issues also in some tournaments where it the time drag out a lot, and it's something that some people have tried out with a two lanes courtesy, and someone doesn't get ready in time and so on, and the unfortunately often is the player that doesn't keep pace is the one that's benefiting because that's the only one that can't don't have to wait.
I agree.
And I know in on the PBA they had the other system that a little bit more complicated that maybe not perfect here with European bowlers and international bowlers. But I think the pace here on at least the squads I've seen this year and the other years has been okay. We've never been delayed because of that. So, and I've seen also when we had the big championships now, I remember I think it was, both World Championship, we only had one lane courtesy, and it works. As long as people get used to it, it works. I don't think anyone would need more than one lane actually.
If anyone needs more than one lane, they can buy those things that we put on the horses.
Yeah, but I mean,
so
of
they
course you
walk
have to
straight.
be polite to each other. If I'm sparing the 10 pin and you're playing the first ball, of course I can leave you
Yeah,
2 lanes. I
of
mean,
course.
it's more about respect, of course.
It's more about being polite, but keep the game agile.
Exactly.
Don't slow it down too
And
much.
I also believe that it's very important to don't go around and do nothing, and then it's your turn. Then you start to take
Yeah,
the ball,
yeah,
or then
then
you
it's when
start
it
to
makes-
drink your soda. I mean, get ready when it's your turn, just go. Yeah.
But I must say, up here in Sweden, you guys bowl really, really fast. That kept my tongue out when I bowled the Swedish National League. So we have Tommy W says yes, military camp. So he confirms that.
Oh, cool.
Then we also have Amir. Someone said Malaysia. Yes, Amir, we said Malaysia. We have Hakim bowling in here.
It's actually, like I told you, that's one other favorite bowling center is that Pyramid Bowl in Kuala Lumpur. I would say that Dream Bowl Munich, and if you guys that's on the chat, what are your bowling
What's your
center?
favorite bowling center?
Bowling center, yeah.
Don't say Reno. Everybody says Reno. Also, Sealans had said, say hi to Christer from Torbjörn if he's there, and to Martin also. So we'll make sure they are currently not here, but as soon as they come back into the room, we will send your best regards.
So what's your favorite bowling center, Louis?
Me, I had to go for Bowling Petralves in Barcelona,
Yeah.
even if they don't let us bowl any competition in there anymore.
In one way, it's mine also because I won a couple of times down there.
Yeah,
And the great location is that it's so close to
the new camp.
The
camp.
The FC Barcelona's big football camp.
I had my pro shop up there. You remember? I had a window on my pro shop, and if I
we can watch them practice. Yeah,
watch them practice, I could say hello to Romario, Stoichkov, and those guys. They actually came to the bowling alley from time to time. We got some friendship with some of them. And a funny story, when Stoichkov was coming a lot to the bowling alley, I got good friendship with him. We bowled sometimes. And the year that they signed Romario, he brought Romario into the bowling alley. So he introduced me to Romario.
That's big names.
And Romario, I said to him, Romario, autograph. And he goes, yeah, absolutely. So I grabbed a pen and a paper and I said, for Romario from Luis. And I gave him the paper. And Stoichkov was laughing for like 10 minutes. Romario didn't understand what was going on. So, yeah, that was a fun story from back in the day when I had hair and I was a young kid. And
yeah, but it's a great location of that bowling center. Like I said, it's like a sports area. They both have the handball and the basketball courses also there, yeah?
And for me, I have to say, it's also my favorite area because bowling alley, because they did a very big event every summer. And when I was a very little boy, I started seeing real bowling when that tournament was happening. And now I'm talking about early 80s when I was 3 or 2 years old.
Yep.
I remember Mats Karlsson bowled there a couple of times. Åsa Larsen came to bowl there a few times. And then it was Thomas Leandersson, Patrick Bowman, Patrick Johansson. Then it was yourself on 95, I believe it was the first time you came down.
92, even 93 or something. I won in Mallorca, I think 93, and then we went directly to Barcelona. Yeah. We had that flight, 20 minutes flight from Mallorca.
20 minutes flight, yeah. 20 minutes flight. But what I mean is it discovered real bowling to me. And it was my main entrance to get to know all of you guys and become who I am today. I would have no clue about the game if it was not because when I was a kid, you guys kind of adopted me in a bowling way of talking. If you, Thomas, Bowman, if you haven't brought me up here and said, okay, you have talent, but you have no clue about the game, we're going to start teaching you. This is going like this.
That's also one of the things I think most inspirational for me was that I can actually travel also, because that was my biggest hobby when I was younger, was to travel and do the two things that you love the most, to see beautiful places and different places and meet other cultures, and at the same time bowl tournaments. That was just like a dream life.
Unbelievable. We have a few answers. We're going to answer everybody, and then we're going to talk quickly about the scores. Tom W says 52 lanes Dream Bowl Munich.
Yeah, that's
from
the one I'm
past
talking about.
showboat
That's
Las
a great
Vegas.
center.
So he says from the past he would love the showboat at Las Vegas.
Yeah, showboat I have some good memories from that, even if it was pretty old when I was there. But It's actually, there was 2 centers in one, and when I walked into the first one, if I remember right, it was the 40 lane, and I said, like, "Oh wow, this is nice," and that's, "Oh, but this is the little center."
That's the little
There
one.
was another one that was even bigger.
I remember one in Vegas. It's no longer there. That impacted me because of the size. It was Custer. If I didn't really like it because it looked pretty old, but it was, if I don't remember wrong, it was like 113 lanes, and then it
Wow.
was like a door, and it was another 50 lanes facing. If one was facing south, the other one was facing east. But it was amazing to see. I remember looking to the side and like. Then when I went back to Barcelona, I felt I was bowling in a shoebox.
Yes,
For
that's true.
14 lanes felt
Yeah.
like, oh, this is very small now.
Yeah, I grew up in a bowling center that had 12 lanes, so for me that was like to get into
Coming back
totally
from those
different world.
places.
But I heard stories about Japan. Japan had like some really big ones. I don't know if they still exist. Maybe someone that in the chat knows about them. But for sure, we had some great. We still have some great centers, and we also have a lot of memories from the ones that's unfortunately had to close down.
No. Well, if you ask me today, that Pedralbes is not, we are not welcome anymore. They are more into the birthday parties at the moment, not competition. If I had to choose a bowling alley, then I had to choose Olympia. It's the bowling alley where I had spent more hours after the one in Barcelona. Amir says mine would be Sunweight Pyramid, Kuala Lumpur.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about.
You
the
were
KL,
talking
yeah?
about that one, yes. And then I got some lessons back in the 90s from Joran Bergendorf.
Yeah, that's a legend
A
bowler
legend,
and a legend
yes.
coach.
Yes, absolutely.
He did a lot of things for Swedish bowling, and he was also traveling in different parts of Sweden and teaching bowling, and he was also a coach. If I believe was somewhere in Asia, and then he was also in Denmark.
Yeah, yeah.
Great memories from that guy.
Successful and a very kind person as well. I
A
remember
really great ambassador for the sport.
meeting him when I was a little kid, and he was always very kind to every
Yeah.
one of us. And then the final question we have from Lucas. Do you know the... No, wasn't that one? No, we answered already that one, right? Do you know the bowling world in Berlin? Not me. I don't know, and I haven't been on that one.
I haven't been in that one. I know I've been in Samstown.
We have to put that in our calendar to
we have to go
visit
one.
that one. All right, let's go back to scoring because we are getting lost in so much chit chat. Dario is currently leading this squad with 954, which is probably the highest for start.
And now we don't have Victor here, so we can't
far.
say it for sure. But I can't remember that we've been that high.
I don't
after
think we
4
had
games,
that high so far. Then we have Francois Labat with 110 over, 910. Andrew Anderson, 885. Peter Hellstrom, 863. Moritz from Germany, 842. Nathan, 842. Linus, 828. Anton Andersson from Sweden, 821. Simon, Czech Republic, 816. Andre, 815. Andre has not yet had a very high game. Everything is so steady.
Over par,
206, 200, 201, 208. Melvin, 805. That's the opposite case. 160, 230, 230, 170. That's more what we see.
But that's what we've seen through the first 4 days.
Yes, and if we look at Raymond, he has jumped back. It's already almost at par, but he started 154, 166, and then 267 to 11. So we still see a lot of
ups and
downs. For example, for Christian Ascona PBA from Puerto Rico, 202 to 27 to 11, 148. And these kind of big drops, it has to be, as we said, because the lane changes very drastically. All of a sudden, when you change pair, you can find something very different from what you were doing right before. And unless you find the right solution, it can become very tricky. It's very little room over there. So if you don't find the spot right from the beginning, it can drop down very quickly.
Yeah, I think that the good thing with this is that the stream can tell the truth a lot better than the scoring online. Because when you see these numbers, you're just thinking, okay, you got to play really bad that game or really good that game. But actually, I've seen a couple of games that ended up like 160, 170, and you can clearly see that they haven't bowled that bad, but they just made a couple of small adjustments the wrong way, or they got on a pair that it took them two frames too long to get
Absolutely.
comfortable again,
Yes.
and they get a couple of really big splits, and then they leaves a couple of single pins in between the strikes, and all of a sudden you have 160 there. Yeah. So
It doesn't
and
take
that's
much. It doesn't take much,
no.
especially with today's balls. They are so aggressive. They produce so much angles. When you hit something a little bit out of the angle, you quickly get a 5, a 4, a 6. If you get that after a strike and you get like 4 and 3, one of those big splits, then it takes away 40 pins in one single frame.
Yes. Yeah, we have some other bowling centers here. We have Sarpsborg is nice in Norway. I agree. It's a nice center. We also have Striker Company in Gothenburg.
27 lanes. Why
Yes.
why an odd number?
Is it 27, Daniel?
27. That's an odd number.
Tw-
I remember when I
I
first
believe it's
came
24,
to
yeah?
when I first came to Sweden,
I can be
it
wrong.
was Gothenburg, Frölunda bowling, and the first two lanes were stopped.
Before my time, I think that center was bigger. I think they changed the amount of lanes a couple of times
In Frölunda.
Frölunda, yeah, but that was many years ago. Unfortunately, it closed for some years ago.
What I remember most about that bowling alley was the entrance smelled like fish. Unbelievable smell of fish when you went down on those
Yeah,
stairs.
wasn't that
Was
the
a
gate for
fish
all?
factory or something? I don't know. It was really fishy. But I always have to be grateful to that bowling center. There is where I learned my first steps to real bowling. I was so lucky that I was coached by Patrick Bowman, Ulf Hemnes, and Mats Carlson. Oh, the three of them in 1 week.
Yes,
Uh,
there was a lot of knowledge in that bowling center.
Ulf
That was also
Ulf Hemnes
Pergamon started.
measured my hand and did a complete different grip from what I had back in the Spanish pro shops, and yeah, I will always keep a good memory about that place.
Seems to be pretty high scores on lane 3 and 4. Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
We got Linus with front 4.
I jinxed it.
Yeah, but still is 20 something over. And let's see where the leaders are. If we can see Ryan Barnes, 1-9 single pin miss, but Turkey right after. Francois Laway yet to double. Andre started with open frame, but now he's working on the Turkey. And let's see. Lasse Thomsen, Turkey, 9 spare Turkey. Nora Johansson, strike 9 spare, 4 in a row. Ben Robinson started with the split, but now 5 in a row. It's a little bit better scoring on the transition than it was on some of the previous squads. They are bowling really deep inside, some of them, and the problem is when you get too deep, if you miss a little bit left, then you don't find more oil, you find a little bit less oil because you are going already into the lefties area. Dario, the leader, it's with no doubles but no mistakes so far, so he's holding up, but he's also bowling on lane 9 and 20. We said that pair is a little bit tougher, and if you guys remember, we were asking what you thought was going to be the highest game in on those two pairs on game 5 and 6, 17 and 18 and 19 and 20. 17 and 18 we were asking because it looked a little bit hard at the beginning of the squat, and 19 and 20 because for some reason it seems to be one of the toughest parents during the week.
We actually had some stats there. I don't have it in front of me now, but this has changed a little bit depending on what pattern we're at. But normally when we play league here, normally actually 17-18 is a pretty good pair. We had some, for some years ago, the 20 was more hooking. It's still hooking more for some players, but not as much as it used to do. We fixed the lanes a little bit here for a couple of years ago.
You fixed the topography?
Yeah, but it's also something that's really weird, Lloyd. You know, we've been in so many different bowling centers,
Mhm.
and it's often the end lane or the starting lane is
Yeah,
a little
it's
bit different.
always a little bit different.
Or if you have a pole in the middle of the center, the ones that get close to that,
yes.
it seems like it's hard to get the lane perfectly.
Mm.
I don't know why the reason is, but
It could be the heat on the wall. It could be the weather affecting that part of the. It's like when you're sitting home. It's not the
Yeah.
same temperature exactly when you're sitting in the sofa in front of the TV or when you get to that room
Yeah,
that
that's
it's
true.
not used that
Yeah.
that often. I mean, even if you have the central air condition or a central heater, it's not exactly the same temperature in all over the apartment, and that's we're talking about 60 to 100, or maybe if you're very rich, 200 square meters. In a bowling alley, we're talking 2,000 square meters. So
Nora got lucky there. One of the got a Brooklyn after a string of strikes.
it's a
Yeah,
lot.
that's true. It's a lot of things that affects the lane pattern, of course. Especially like I talked about before. What do the players do through practice, or what do they do the first games and the games before you go
Mhm.
there? We have different temperatures, humidity, different oils, different surfaces. So it's a lot of things that make the changes.
We have a commentary here. Frederick, he says, take a look at Ben Robinson throwing it straight far out the lanes.
I just saw that. That's an interesting thing, and he's also striking. So let's see, what was his score before this one? Oh, now it disappeared for us here.
Well, he's got 957
And it seems like he's using
and 157 on this game, so that means he was on a par.
Yeah.
800. 204,
And he has a big
222,
score coming up
191,
now. That's an
183.
interesting move. I've seen a couple of players try it, and it seems to be successful for a short while. But most of the people I've seen try it have left it after a while. But this is also something that's interesting. If someone will do something successful on a different uh, area in the lane, a lot of people try the same.
I guess what he's trying to do, it reminds me a little bit what I did when I was a lot younger and I couldn't really rep the ball that much. So my
But he
easiest.
can rev it. Ben can rev it.
No, but what I mean is when I couldn't do it, I could never move deeper. It was nonsense for me because I could never get the ball to come back. So whenever I hit some traffic, I moved further outside and tried to use the hold on my left. Because obviously here you cannot move outside and send it to the gutter because it's not going to work. But if you manage to take away some reps and try to bowl the ball a little bit straighter, then you can try to stay away from the traffic. If everybody, we have been saying everybody's using, let's say, from 16 and deeper. So if you go all the way on yourself on where the breakpoint should be limited, like let's say on board 9, but you don't send it out, you just stay completely straight, like if you were bowling on the gutter.
Right, this is what we see. Even if the pattern seems to be that chase left for a right-hander, but if the lane gets really destroyed and the score level goes down, we can see that the players that can hold it really straight and don't, like I said, send it from you. That's actually could be a solution to score well, or at least okay. We might not score the highest, but if the score level goes down to when 200 and 220 is good, that's
It could give you a chance.
It could give you a chance, yeah.
It could give you
It's gonna
definitely a
be.
chance.
We're gonna watch Ben here again now and see. It looked like it was a urethane U78, but I looked really quick, so we can take a look here, or we can see
Now we
more
have the
balls.
screen a little bit bigger, so it should be easier for
Yeah.
us to find out what he's doing. Carl is doing completely the opposite. He's jumping the gutter on the
Yeah.
left side.
Oh, it's a black ball, yeah.
Cannot be the pitch black. Well, he's having a hammer shirt, so maybe it's a black hammer.
Probably is, yeah.
Yes, that was not the best shot.
Still a good game. I mean, makes the spare here, so he actually comes up with. We're at 250.
It's going to be a very solid high game for sure. And
It's
if
going to be
we,
interesting to see what happens with the lane on the next pair.
yeah, is he going to stay out there or is he going to move back inside?
Of course, it's always quite a difference because on the left side it's not as much traffic. But we also talked to James about that if he could feel the heads when all the right-handers goes deep into the left.
True,
So it's
true.
always been a discussion, and some say it's not possible. Some say it for sure it's got some difference. Could also be that the lane actually just hooks earlier in the mid lane for left-handers, and I think it's because of the right-handers.
Because of the traffic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's hard to tell.
Blame it on the
I'm not the
boogie.
technician guy for that one, and I'm not left-hander, so
We should ask your dad. Maybe he could.
he bows with both, yeah, so he
He
might
could
have a good
confirm,
answer.
perhaps. Okay, let's go back to the leaders. Dario Stein, he was a 154 over, and now he's bowling on 19 and 20. He's got
190 pace.
yeah, 190 pace. Then Francois Lavoie is gonna be somewhere. Let's see, I've lost him. I see Andrew Anderson was on third position. He just shot 201. He started with
So he's like 86.
yeah, 1086 over at the moment. I've lost that. There they are. Ryan. Oh, it's a low game for Francois Lavoie as well. 192 for Ryan Barnes in 5 and 6, and Francois needs a triple to go to 189. So he's gonna drop from the 100 over. He's gonna get somewhere 90 something over if he strikes out. 52 over after this game for Ben Robinson. Nora is gonna shoot 240, so she's gonna be on 34 over. That's pretty good score. Yeah.
She's gonna be. She has a good chance to be the best lady so far.
Absolutely. And she's quite deep inside now.
Yeah, she's one of the, for sure, one of the strongest
talents out there.
Female shots in the world.
I don't think I have seen yet a two-handed girl as powerful as she is.
No, she's very strong person also, and she has a really good balance, I would say, and she also get a lot of speed. I've seen quite some girls that plays it with two hands, but they seem to have a hard time to get the speed.
To get the speed, yeah, it's a little bit harder. It's a big difference, though, between the people who are really still fighting to get 80, 100, 60, 70 over, and those who are lost a little bit their way, then they drop down a lot. It's a lot of 800s. Even a few that's going to be short to 800. So, as we said from the beginning, it's a very demanding pattern. It requires a lot of concentration. It requires a lot of focus. You cannot really let go, because as soon as you let go a little bit, the lane is going to make you pay instantly. If you lose your focus or you lose your concentration and you start not even trying, and it's going to become very, very, you're going straight to hell.
Yeah, I think it's two key words will be, you have to have patience and also confidence, because even if you see your score going down a little bit, you still have to believe in your decisions and make good shots, because otherwise it's going to be easy to go way down in a game or two.
Yeah,
so you have to make quick adjustments with a good shots, so you can get back in the games, because we see also, even if you start a game, instead of that turning out to 150, 160, save it to 195. That might be even more important than to shoot that 240, 250.
Absolutely. Okay, now we are pretty close to get to the end of the fifth game. We will refresh the scores in 2 minutes, 3 minutes more or less, when everyone's done, and then we'll give you a real report on what the standings are. And if you excuse me 1 minute, I'll be right back. I'll let you talk to Patrick for a second. I just need a minute.
Yes. So we have the last frame here in the game 5. Ben Robinson 252 in the end. He's paired that 7. So he is doing well from the outside on the left side. So that's going to be interesting what happens there for him in the last game. Maybe he's going to start a new trend here with finding a straighter line further out to the gutter. The home player, Tomo Pintarik, is 220 this game. It's actually a really interesting and fun story. He came here 4 years ago and played the Stormlucky Larsen Masters with his mother. And they actually ended up staying more or less. So they moved here just a month or two after that, and he's been here since then. He was just home in Slovenia over the summer with his family, so they're going to stay here for another year. So it's one of the kids or youngsters that's here in the bowling center more or less every day practicing together with the other local youngsters. So it's a really nice community we have here now in the bowl with quite a few of young bowlers that practice a lot.
You got this bowling alley a little bit too late. You should have done that 20 years sooner, so you could have adopted me when I was the young talented. Back on microphone, I was just changing my batteries. And
Did we see what Francois did?
it was a low game. It was quite a low game.
Let's see
They
what he did in the
were
last frame there, though.
they're gone from my site. I had them, but I don't see them anymore. Yeah, Francois is now on 88 over, so that means he shot
78.
yes, 22 pins dropped, so 178.
This is what we've seen a lot of times these first 4 days. Some people get out of the gate pretty high, and then they struggle in the middle or the end, and then they have the opposite way when they have people struggling in the early games, and then catch up. But it's hard to get them together and shoot the high scores.
And we see Linus and Linus Schroeder and Peter Hellstrom. They are making a comeback, getting higher and higher. Linus is now with 71 over after a 243 game on lanes 3 and 4. And Peter is bowling with him also on lane 3 and 4, working on a 234 to go all the way up to 101 over if he strikes.
Yep.
10 pins, so 103 over. But that is a pretty high scoring.
It seems like 3 and 4 has been a little bit more scoring.
Yeah, friendly. This squad is a little bit more friendly. I've been told by the local bowlers that 13 and 14 seem to be the longest lanes. Could it be right?
I think they have the same length.
Oh, you know what I mean. They play a little longer than the others.
Normally, we feel a little bit in the league that's 13 is a little bit less hooking. But for the reason of that, a lot of people knows that they sand the ball even more in the practice. So sometimes when you come there a couple of games later, that's actually hooking more.
More
so that's because a lot of people get all the knowledge and they adapt to that, so they can actually change things to the opposite direction. So we see here we're going to get scores here in any second, I believe. It's going to be interesting.
For what I can see on the naked eye, Peter Hellstrom 96 over, Andrew Andersson 86 over, Linus Schroeder 71 over, Francois Lavoie 88 over, and Nora Johansson 33 over, Ben Robinson 52 over.
And that is 11:32. Yeah, that's
Moritz, the German guy, 59 over, still holding over there. Nathan 34 over.
Yeah.
There we go. And Dario is even after 178. So both Dario and Francois had a very low game now. 178. Well, very low for what they were doing. But Dario is still on the top with 132 pins over. So if he shoots to 50, he's going to be the new leader of the event.
Yes.
And he had a couple of high games. So he's capable. Let's see, which lane is he bowling now on? 15 and 16. But he started with open frame. So
I think two players that would be very interesting to follow the last game is of course Ben Robinson that moved out playing straighter, had a good game in the fifth, and also what Andrew going to do this game, because that's the only game that has been struggling actually is the first game, and he's finishing on the same pair as you started. So can he, jump back from that start with 162, even if the lane has changed a lot? So we see. I think that's an interesting thing that Martin came up with, that you should end on your starting lane. This is also because of some people used to sand their balls a lot on practicing, and maybe sometimes destroy the lane. and you don't care about that because you're not going to come back there. But if you're going to come back there, maybe you're not going to destroy it. Yeah, you behave a little bit more. So that's an interesting little angle of the thoughts about that. We see what Ben is.
Ben was bowling somewhere in here. He had a strike in a 7 or a double in a 7. I just saw him, but I just slipped my eyes. Where was he? I've seen it 1 minute ago. My apologies. It's too many screens at the same time. And we are getting older, so even with the glasses on, we don't see as much as we used to see. Where's Ben?
At least Andrew comes back here with the starting with a double.
Ben Robinson, yeah, 5 and 6. It was a double and 7-2.
Double and 7-2.
Yeah, he's bowling even further outside now.
Wow, that was really a good reaction. Yeah, really good reaction. That's going to be interesting. What the lefty's going to do with that. I don't know if the right hand is going to start trying it. I saw Philip Willipson trying it.
Yeah, me too. But it didn't work out.
Yeah, he got a couple of strikes. He did. I don't know what. I didn't watch the game after that game, but we will see. Of course, when the lanes are this difficult, and you have pretty good bowlers that runs into the same problem every squad, of course they feel sometimes maybe that okay, I'm just going to try something else, even if it's not very logic. But if you see someone succeeding doing something really different, of course a lot more players going to try that.
For sure. And actually, when you said that, I was thinking, young kids like Andre from Czech Republic or Carl, who are so able to bowl backup bowling.
Yeah.
Maybe if they see that solution working for Ben Robinson as a lefty, maybe they're gonna try to go for that or give it a try at least, because they can do that.
Yeah, I mean we have a couple of players that, like we talked about, that starting out okay, and then the opposite thing, that they have a good ending but not a good start. So you have good two-handers here that can do both, and if they can figure out the lanes the first 3-4 games, that might be a solution that they go on the left side instead of the last two. Yeah. Especially if they see it's possible to shoot high, going straighter from closer to the gutter.
I mean,
from the left side.
I have to be very honest. When I saw Ben's ball on that last shot that we were watching, and I saw it that far to the gutter,
and he still hooked back really good.
I said to myself, "There's no way it's coming back," and it came back like maybe it's a reactive ball. I don't know if it's a reactive or urethane. I cannot see from here.
Yeah, we have to check that afterwards. We can't see it really here on the TV.
But the reaction was really, really strong.
Do you know that, Daniel? Is it urethane or is reactive he is using?
I don't know, but most likely hammer 78.
Yeah, I would guess so. Also, my guess is the hammer 78.
Yeah, if that is a urethane,
we will check that later.
Really hooked a lot.
So let's see here. We have Anderson on a turkey. Where we have Dario,
Dario is a open frame strike 9 on 15 and 16.
Yes.
Then we have Francois Lavoie on lane 1 and 2 with 9 spur, 9 spur, and probably 9 spur. And
that changes a little bit, yeah. So then we have Andrew actually going up to 110, 115 at the moment. Let's see here what Ben does now. He's working on a strike. Lane 4. Oh,
6.
Lane 6. 6. Sorry. Straight, yeah. Wow.
Yeah, it must be a urethane, because now it was a little bit deeper, but the way it moved,
actually
it
looks
looked like
good, yeah.
Yeah, pretty solid. The other bowler that's doing pretty good, it's Linus on lane 19 and 20. Started with the first 3 strikes, and he was already with 71 over.
71 over.
So if he has maybe...
We have a couple of guys that has a good shot here the last game.
Yeah.
To make the cut. So we'll go back to Andrew here, starting with the turkey.
Pretty deep inside now, yeah.
Oh, wow. Four bagger. So he's at 125 now, around?
I believe he was using the IQ, the Ion Pro Solid. That ball looks pretty versatile. I mean, I've seen them bowling on fresh, but you can also see them bowling at the end of the squat.
I don't know much about the ball, but I saw Carl using it in the PBA regionals here in Stockholm for a couple of weeks ago when he won with it, and he likes it really much, and it looks very predictable when he used it there.
You think they finally got the substitution for the phase 2?
Yeah, it might be so. I mean,
They
that's
have
been a
been trying.
benchmark ball for a long time.
They have been trying hard to get
Yeah.
the new phase 2.
Let's see here now. Ben is just 4 pins over, but that makes him. It still needs some strikes, but it's an interesting move that he does here in the lane.
And that is another thing that we really love about this event with so many talented bowlers. You can see so many different solutions applied.
Yes.
And they not only risky solutions at some point, but since they are so talented, they really manage to perform on ways you wouldn't expect they could work.
Francois got back to striking again, so that makes him. He's not in a double, but he has a striker to work on. We already have Peter. Peter is at
1920
yes.
with Linus.
Peter is also working on a strike with no opened.
And on the young Swedish talents, it's actually happening the opposite that what the Swedish people would actually want, because it's Carl with a front 5, but Norris got a couple of open frames.
9 pin on Andrew on a good shot there. That could be an important.
Yeah, it could be a little bit expensive, but today is still early bird, isn't it?
Yes.
So they may find their way into the final. And actually for Carl Eklund it's the same. He's having a very low squad, but he started with the front 5, and this is a turbo game.
Yes.
So if he makes it 280 or 290, it may be enough to make it into the final just with that one game.
Wow, that's a split on Peter. Unfortunately, I don't think he thought that. I thought he was pretty good. He looked so on his body language. Linus Sköder made a really important spare there. So he's like 17 over at the moment, and he's like 88. Still needs a couple of strikes, but still in the game. For Peter, that could be he's 96. He's going to be down to 85, 83.
Yeah, and Dario, the current leader with 132 over, is on 2 open frames after 1, 2, 3, 4 frames. So 2 out of 4 are open frames.
Yeah, this is what we've seen before. Also, I'd say that a couple of times already. But even if it looks like very solid bowlers, and it looks like okay, they only need a 200 or 210 in the last game, but it's easy to fall out from the pocket. We saw it from Martin Larsen. I think Martin Larsen is one of the best bowlers in Sweden through the last 20 years, and he's a very, very solid bowler. But even him in the squad that he had 120 over after 4 games, having a hard time to just shoot 350, 360 the last 2, and it wasn't because of bad bowling. He got trapped and he made a couple of bad decisions, and then all of a sudden it was 160 in the scoreboard. Yeah.
But I'm gonna say something about Martin. He did yesterday when I really saw him suffering, and the body language was kind of showing he was not really having fun on the lanes. But even on that situation, is such a professional, humble and polite bowler that it was inspirational for me. The way he treated the surroundings, it's something that you want to remark. Usually when competitive bowlers have a very bad day, they are not easy to approach, they are not easy to talk to, they are not open to, they need at least that half an hour to pull down. And Martin is never like that. Martin is always able to be the same kind, humble person, good friend. And it was very, very touchy on that moment.
Yeah, I think it's impressive especially what he did last year. I mean, we had so much things to think about, and especially Martin, and still made the show.
Made the show, yeah.
Was remarkable. And I used to have something called the Super Series here in the middle of the 2000, and I used to bowl that myself, and I know how hard it was to keep the focus on the game instead of all other things
that are surrounding the band.
But you also have to know that even if it's Martin's tournament, he also fights for a team to the World Championships, and this is the event that. After this event, they're going to decide that team. So we also have to have respect that Martin needs his room to give himself a chance to make another Team Sweden in the World Championships. He's already the guy that has the most championships under his belt for the Team Sweden, and that's remarkable. And I'm just happy to be friend to one of Sweden's biggest ambassadors.
And it's not an easy accomplishment. I mean, you have so many talented bowlers throughout the history of the country.
It's not easy to make that team.
No. Okay, back to business. Francois Lavoie, Turkey, on lane 1 and 2. Andrew Anderson, 28 over after 6 frames. Now shooting on lane 18. He's already standing in front of the ball return. That was a bit uncomfy. Then Nora, she's in trouble at the moment. She was 33 over, but she's got 2 big open frames over there. Hopefully she finds the way, especially when she's bowling with Carl. They are both 2 hands.
Yep.
She can kind of try to imitate. Actually, she's got pretty much the same power. So she can move as deep as
Francois is back also with the Turkey. That's strong.
And
so Frankie is actually close to 105, 107 over at the moment.
And then we see Carl trying to gain some advantage of the turbo. He started with the front 7.
Oh, wow. Ben Robinson just run into some really big troubles.
Yeah,
3 splits.
3 open frames in a row.
This is what it's going to be the hard thing to think about. Was it only that pair that was okay for that, or was it only that time?
Exactly.
I mean, it looked really well for at least the first 5 frames there. They had a split in between the 2 doubles, but now it seems very sensitive, yeah?
I guess it may work, but since you put yourself out there, the room is even smaller.
Yeah, and it's also when the ball comes strong in from left side into the pocket there. Of course, when you miss, it's going to be a bigger potential of chance to make a split.
It's harder to make 9.
When you have the ball closer to the pocket, you can get away with some shots that could be a split, but you ended up with an 8 or a 9 instead.
Okay, Carl left the 8 pin, so not happy running for a 300 and getting the solid 8. But still, 279 could give him a pass on the turbo. Could. We will see. But now we're going to have to concentrate on the leaders.
Hellström is back on a double.
On 19 and 20, for those of you who are not sure who we're talking about, Peter Hellström from Sweden. He was running second at the moment with 96 over after 5 games.
A strong finish there could make him make the cut.
Yeah, and he's actually his partner on the lane, Linus, was already also up there with 71 over, and so now it's
88 over at the moment.
88 over. He needs to strike out to try to make sure he does.
I think that Francois is 105 over at the moment. Dario is
managing to survive. He started with an open frame strike split on 15 and 60, but now he's got a full bagger. So he's really coming back.
So he's back on 137 or something.
Yeah, now he's back on par. He's actually 5 ahead, 5 over on this game. So that would put him on 137 over. If he makes a couple of strikes extra, gets into the 10th frame, he would be on number 2 spot.
Yes.
On the tournament.
He has a great opportunity. Also very, very strong to get back after that wobbly start this game.
And Nora, she just got the split. Oh, she's going to be in trouble now. She's on a pace for 150, 160. So if she strikes out, it's going to be 181. So she still would be above the par. She would be on 2nd position in girls because Emma had 27 over, I believe it was.
I don't remember something like that. Yeah, I saw now Peter didn't get the turkey, so he's. I don't think he can reach the numbers that he need. He actually has the plus 50 also when I think about it. So he has another opportunity or another gateway, like we call it.
So he's going to take the spot of Martin Paulson.
Yeah, probably.
Which was probably the leader at the moment on the 50s category.
Or if it was Oscar. Andrew is working on a strike. This is going to be an important one.
And Dario, let's see what he does. He got another one.
Wow.
Yeah, Dario is
Impressive.
on fire.
Impressive.
That's a big, strong comeback.
Yeah. He can actually go from just losing it all, or instead being in the top more or less. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. If he strikes out, Louis, then we are at 235. Then it's like 67.
67. He would be right 10 pins short to Hakim, the Malaysian guy, the current leader. But he would be second, so it would be right after, right in front of William Svensson,
yes,
which is currently on second position.
Yeah.
And the funny thing, it would be that the two leaders, if Dario strikes out, the two leaders of the event are single-handed, not two-handed.
Yep, that's true also. So there's an important thing. Let's see. If Peter Hellstrom strikes out, that's 34. That's like 24. He can reach, 13-20. That's a good number, especially for the plus 50.
Yes. It's going to give him
a good opportunity.
A very big opportunity to go in.
So Andrew is important what he does now. Francois spared, so he's at 12 over. So Francois is at 100 over exactly at the moment. Interesting finish here, yeah.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Actually, I would say it's probably the squad that I've been doing on the streaming that has been more successful in the last couple of games.
Yeah.
The previous squads that I've been witnessing and commenting, when we got to game 5 and 6.
Big shot for Andrew.
Yeah, everything was going like up and down. Andrew Andersson, lane 17, 18 at the moment in front of the machine. There he goes. He delivers. Looks good. And he got it.
You can see that. You get the fist pump, it's important.
Yes. He could go all the way up to 256. Well, Andrew.
That would put him
on 42. 1342.
So he's like just over 20 now then, in this moment. Peter needs some strikes here. He's on lane 90. Oh, he got a strike again.
Oh, that was a nice one, yeah.
Wow.
Bringing the 9-pin forward.
That's impressive. The Germans have some bowlers here. Great finish.
Yeah, because we have Dario on top, we have Linus on top 5, and then we have Moritz on the 6th position.
Yes.
So 3 of them on the first 6 spots of the squad. That is an important frame for Nora also on lane 14. She needs to strike out so she can stay above 200.
Yep,
yeah, she can deliver. Definitely she can deliver. Even if the body language, she's upset. But the fact when you need it, you do it like that. Yeah, you have to heads off.
So let's see here. You have to put your hats off for Dario Stein. What a comeback in the last game. Just very impressive.
It's going to end
up 235, and he's up there. He's up there close to Hakim, yeah?
Yeah, it's going to be only
67
10
with
short,
the strikes.
10 pins short to Hakim.
Yep.
And the fact he started with 2 open frames.
After 5 frames.
After 4 frames, he was 25 under. And then he's got 3, 6, 7, probably 8.
This is for Andrew here. Also, there's a lot of things happening now. Hook back.
Yeah, it felt like he missed a little bit outside. That probably was the reason why he had the soft 10.
Yeah, so that's going to put him at 220. No, let's see here.
230, 235. 90, 15, 35. Yeah, 235 with the spare strike. And he had 86 above, so...
21 he can reach.
1321. Maybe not to make the cut, maybe close to make the cut, but maybe good enough for the early bird.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting here in the near squad who's going to catch these squads. I mean, these spots.
Now, let me remind you, it's completely free. So subscribe. You just have to click a button, subscribe to get non-live content, interviews and other material, and to get notification on the upcoming squads. We're going to give you a lot of information. And remember, it's not just for this event. It's going to be 365 days a year that things are going to happen. The content's going to be able for you to watch later on. It's a lot of hours of bowling. So you probably cannot spend 16 hours watching bowling the same day. But it's absolutely free, and if you subscribe, you're going to be a lot of help for the bowling community, because then that means YouTube is going to take care of the expenses, and we can carry on showing more and more live bowling of high quality bowling. So jag kan inte prata
Yeah,
engelska nu.
do us a favor and just subscribe. Yeah.
Thank you for
Yeah.
helping. Thank you for helping.
We had finish here now also on Francois 212. So it's going to put him on exactly 100 over. Peter Hellstrom is fighting like he always do. He can reach 224, and that's a good score for the plus 50 for sure. And he's going to be at 120. He can actually be, no, Andrew ended up at 235. He's going to be one pin ahead, Peter, even if he strikes out.
Even if Peter strikes out.
Yeah. Another thing that's really good with the YouTube is that I know that a lot of the young guys that and girls that practice here at the Olympia Bowling, when they play matches and they play tournaments, they can actually go back and they can watch themselves. What happened in that frame when I thought I didn't miss, or if I thought something happened with my ball, and that's very educationally good for them.
Not only that. Yesterday I saw one of the Swedish kids, Albin. I don't remember his surname at the moment. Please excuse me, Albin. Lefty.
Yep.
Pretty talented. He was making the shots, and as soon as he made the shot, if he didn't like the shot, he was watching at his phone, and he was looking at the live stream off his camera, so he could zoom in and see what he was doing.
It's very useful. And if you do that together with Lane Talk, I would say then you have good tools.
Linus is going to be a little bit short. Linus from Germany on 19 and 20 is going to do 213. He was with 71 over, so that's going to be a 1284. It's a very good squad, obviously. It's a very good effort, but it might be a little bit short for making it into the final. Then the battle of the sisters. Karen, she is gonna end up with a little bit low squat, 1040, and the sister, she started at 1024. Actually, Karen ended up doing more than Sophie. Sophie started pretty good. It reminds me a little bit of what happened to Emma yesterday. She started a lot higher, but then it was tough for her to fight with the transition, and she went a little bit lower by the end of the squad. So Nora was the first girl on the squad, 1202. She managed to make a double on 9 and 10.
So Peter is on lane 20 here.
And Peter needs that one. He really needs that one. That looked pretty good.
Every pin that.
Whoa.
That's just.
That really is. Yeah. It looked pretty good. It was a good release. Even his body language, he was expecting a strike. The ball hit the pocket. But maybe it hit a little bit of oil and it became a little bit weaker. He had the 710, and that is very annoying when you fight all the squad and to end up having a he had a funny reaction. All right, the squad is done.
Yeah, and we have to one more time take the hats off for Dario. What a finish.
What a finish. Yes. Unbelievable. 166 over, currently leader of the squad, second spot on the overall tournament. And we ask you to stay with us. We'll be back after a short break because they're going to oil the lanes, obviously. We have a lot of talent coming on the second squad. But now we have to leave you. We have to go to the lanes and make a short interview with Dario. So see if he can explain how he managed to bowl so well. Thank you, everybody, for your attention. Thank you, Patrick, for your company. It was wonderful to spend some time with you. And we keep in touch. We carry on.